And we are live. And hello, I am
We
joined
are
here by some
alive!
fucking legendary gentlemen: Mark's Monsters and Madmen, the Soulish Trenchcoat, Monster Deacon, and Antro Fiend, aka Lestat in the Hat. And today we are talking about, well, as a springboard topic, we're talking about childhood toys and what's our favourite toys from our childhood and what do we remember about, like, maybe Sears catalogues or kind of Christmas catalogues or basically anything we can remember that like advertised toys from back in the day. So starting off, Mark, what's the earliest toy you can remember getting for Christmas or your birthday, and what made it so special for you?
I got a remote control Batcopter for like the 1960s Batman.
Oh, nice. And
And
and like, could you put figures in it, or was it like a small kind of one, or
it
it was
was
just
good size, but you couldn't put figures in it. It was just meant to complement uh the playset that I had.
oh I at first I was thinking was it the Super Friends one, but no, it was the actual 1960s Adam West kind of Batcopter.
Yeah, it was it was straight out 50s 60s Batman Batcopter. But that was
And
not my most favorite toy that I got for Christmas.
and did that bastard eat batteries like fucking cereal, or?
It ate batteries like Pac-Man eats some power pellets.
And have you still got it, or is it well gone to God at this stage?
It didn't make it to New Year's.
Oh fuck! What happened? Did it crash?
It crashed and burned, literally.
Wait, it literally done a fucking a
No
9/11
God.
into something and fucking.
No.
The
Oh
toy
my
committed,
god!
the toy
Why?
committed harakiri.
So they made it TV accurate. It always crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Like, that's fucking dangerous though, man. Like, I know there was RC cars that actually had fucking kind of real petrol or real diesel powered RC cars.
Yeah.
Why?
Dude, Ampro, there were giant darts, like giant darts that you would throw in your backyard, and you would stand behind this like hoop, and then someone would throw a giant dart at you. That was a child game. Like, they don't give a shit back then.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just look at My Little Atomic Lab. They actually gave you pure enriched uranium for kids.
I like the disconnect because the age gap between Antro and although Trenchy would probably fall into the thing. Yeah, the Antro, there was a time when parents literally gave weapons to their children, BB rifles. There was little games, little kind of puzzle games with mercury, actual fucking real mercury
Right.
inside them.
Uh-huh.
And it's like I don't know. Maybe kids today are just pussies. I don't know. But
What were
Yes, we are. Yes, we
I
are.
don't know.
No, the toy industry experimented on us, and now Amphro's generation and other generations get to benefit from our suffering.
yeah. We were the guinea pigs on what not to give to children.
Easy bake oven, man. That's another thing. Never give a kid an easy bake oven.
God, the easy bake oven.
I would
But
put
it was
there.
Oh
Wasn't
no!
that just like a really fucking flimsy light bulb at the end of the day?
Yes, very flimsy light bulb that could reach 180 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
180.
Yeah.
I would like melt my toys in there, and it was not good.
Oh, try the Creepy Crawlers one, because that one reached 180 degrees Fahrenheit.
I didn't have that one. I had the little pink one.
Oh no, this one actually was hot enough to remove out of the about 6 layers of skin you have, it could burn through all 6 in less than a minute.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, not good.
It's just insane the stuff that like past quality control.
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think, was there any toys that had fucking injured me? I had lots of guns, cap guns. I fucking my sleeve caught fire using the fucking cap gun once. It's like what the fuck? Cap gun with real gunpowder. No, but like it's a fucking insane.
Are you pretty sure? I'm pretty sure that most human parents giving toys to kids were kind of like, okay, let's see if Darwinism takes effect.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I have 3 kids. Only one of them can go to college. I need to extract some of them from the equation. Mark,
Yeah.
that was your first one you can remember. What's your favorite toy from your childhood?
The Walter PPK Full Metal Megatron.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That some fucking kid lost their eye and that fantastic toy was taken off the fucking market. It was
You can
the
still
mental
order it.
some kid. I don't know if it was either Optimus or Megatron that caused some verge of the gun went into some kid's eye and fucked him up. But yeah, that was cool.
You can still get Megatron. It's just it's
Vac
not a
metal
US
plastic,
product.
I think.
No, he's metal. I've seen the toy.
Is
It's
it more of a collector's one though, or is it meant for kids?
it's not a replica, but it's not a US production either. It's over Japan. Megatron, but
Hey,
it
Seth.
was made cost you $200.
Like
His actually Megatron, he was like $500.
how much?
500. You can order. You can.
That's a fucking collector's toy. That's up there with that Hasbro barge,
Right.
the Black Series fucking barge.
That's what you tell him. Megatron. That's what it only cost you like $200 to order. I know some crazy motherfuckers who would pay that price too for Megatron. Megatron. Yeah, I know guys, $200 eat happily. That
Yeah, Mark's breaking up a bit.
Mark, your internet's going a bit shanky, dude. Just is there anything running in the background that might be affecting with us?
yeah, it's probably because I haven't paid my internet bill yet.
Oh fuck!
And that came out clear. So who even knows?
The internet knows.
You're sending a message.
Internet gnomes.
Internet gnomes. They're the ones that slow down your internet when you don't pay your bill.
So, what about yourself, Trenchy? What's the first toy you can remember getting as a kid?
Shit. I'm trying to think. I think the first one that I remember was this like Wolverine action figure, and it was cool because you could like his top half would fall off a lot, but you could put it back on, so it's kind of like the movies, like he could like heal and shit. So I could like cut him in half. I would do little stories with my toys that could come in half, and then put them back together. He was pretty sick.
Cool. That's sweet. What was your favorite one you have?
Favorite. I really enjoy. I got a Hell in a Cell once. I was big into wrestling, and I had all the figures, and I got an actual Hell in a Cell, and that was pretty cool.
And have you your card there? You wanted to show? If you want to show it, have you had a hand there?
Yeah. I couldn't find the other one, but it's cool. This is like a little Superman racing car. You could like race, add like batteries and stuff. It's a little dusty and the sticker's falling off. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm
Oh,
sure.
That's pretty cool.
I had the Batmobile too, but I can't find it. But you could like race like Batman and Superman and stuff.
Why does I that always got me like certain toys like why does Superman need a car? Why does Spider-Man need a motorbike?
I don't. Oh, dude, I had the Spider-Man motorbike too, man. I had that.
ooh,
I had the
logic.
Flash car. The Flash had a car.
Twisted, slightly broken logic. Superman needs a car because he needs something to transport himself, A, when he's Clark Kent, and B, when he's been exposed to a certain type of kryptonite that takes away his powers. As for the bike for Spider-Man, he's eventually going to run out of web fluid, so he needs something that's going to get him from point A to point B very quickly, dodging traffic, and can be jumped from rooftop to rooftop if he's got the right equipment.
Okay, why did the Flash have a car?
The Flash had a car because technically in the comic books his metabolism kept on increasing, so he had to subjugate his speed for something. In the Toy Enterprise, they made it a car.
I.e.
Okay.
people who wanted to sell toys. Deacon, childhood toys.
Anthro's got his hand up, so.
All I was going to say is I think Superman has a car because he was tired of being mistaken for birds and planes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birds, planes, and
It wouldn't hurt him,
automobiles!
but it'd probably get annoying when people start skeet shooting fucking Superman. It's like
That's the
That's a
biggest
big
goose
kitty
I ever
found.
caught.
Deacon, first childhood toy you can remember getting, be it Christmas or birthday or
First childhood toy I can ever remember getting was a werebear.
oh, they were great.
Yeah,
What's that?
I think I need to describe this to people. You get a nice, cute, fluffy bear that you would get from Build-A-Bear. Something that like cute and slightly disarming. But you could turn it in its head and its paws inside out. So as you did so, it got even more vicious and grotesque. So it went from nice, cuddly bear to I'm going to rip your face off, bear.
Nothing can scare big growler werebear. I remember the tagline. It was really
Yeah.
good.
They were going to make a cartoon series out of it, but it never happened.
Okay, so that's the earliest one you can remember. What's your favorite one you can remember?
Favorite one, as in one I practically took everywhere, and I loved it. My Pet Monster.
Oh, the big blue fucker.
Yeah.
With the manacles.
Yeah, that you could break and everything. Yeah.
I know what that is. I've seen commercials for that.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites.
And was there any issue when you were bringing him around? Did you lose him? Was there any kind of incidents involving him or?
Well, unfortunately, I lost him because I left him at a carnival once.
Oh.
Went back. He was gone. No one handed it in, and you couldn't buy them for love nor money now at that time. So yeah, if I ever see one, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah,
In Kaito, I had strange childhood. What kind of toys did your parents give you? Monsters, things that shapeshift and try to scare kids.
Do you know what was fucking scarier than Growler Werebear? Teddy Ruxpin. That fucking thing creeped the shit out of me.
Oh, do you want to hear something absolutely horrendous about the Teddy Ruxpin?
What?
Go ahead.
There's a little quirk with how they played. Yes, you could get if you got a similar cassette to what they used, you could put anything onto it. So for Anthro's interest, you could put death metal onto a cassette, stick it into him, and he would actually start singing.
Wait. So you're saying I could get if I got a Teddy Ruxpin and put like Iron Maiden into it, you could have Teddy Ruxpin going, "You take my life, but I take yours too."
Yeah, pretty much. His lips will move with the vocals.
That's awesome.
I'm going to go to intro, but first off, that's one thing I'm really jealous about you guys, because in the States, you could get adult collector's figures in regular toy stores. You could get the movie Maniacs in Spencer's or Sears or the like, whereas not over here. Just it always kind of, I was always jealous of that. And well, looking forward to you dropping in, Sadie. So
Spawn.
You got Spawn in the toy shop? Sorry, Mark?
The pictures is where I got my Spawn.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Again, that always made me jealous. Like, in fact, you could get like really cool kind of collector's figures in a regular toy store. So, Antro, what's the earliest toy or thing you can remember getting?
The timeline's a little jumbled early on in my life, but the first one I really remember having, I don't even remember how I got it for sure. I think my parents just gave it to me around Christmas time once, but it would like only come out at Christmas. It was this little stuffed Frosty the Snowman toy that would like squeak when you shook it, and it was adorable. And I was like obsessed with it when I was younger. I would carry it with me everywhere.
Aww.
And like my parents loved to tell this embarrassing story about me from when I was really little, where I was like in this choir they put me in, but I wasn't allowed to take the Frosty toy on stage.
Oh, no.
So they had to take it away from me, and I spent the whole concert just crying there and screaming, "Where's my Frosty?"
Oh.
Okay.
Cold-hearted people not letting you have your snowman.
Mm-hmm.
The bastards.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite from your childhood?
That's hard. There are a lot that I loved. I remember really liking a lot of different like Lego sets that I had from various different franchises that I was obsessed with. Also, Arthur. I tried to say hi to you. I just didn't want to talk over anybody. I'm acknowledging your existence. Please don't be bad.
Now you exist, Arthur.
No one ignores anyone in this chat. It's just if we don't acknowledge you right away, it's just we're engaging. I know I can vouch for all these sexy bastards in the chat. None of them ignore anyone here.
Or he just might have the sad emoji there because I got the Frosty taken away from me. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Was there any particular Lego set you can remember that you really liked?
I mean, I had a lot of Lego Lord of the Rings stuff just because I was a Tolkien geek in general and still am, and so I would collect a bunch of those. I also really loved the. I'm trying to remember what they called it. It was basically Universal Monsters, but not that they had put together. I'm trying to remember what they called it, but they had a Count Dracula, a vampire character, a Frankenstein monster, a mummy, a werewolf, and they had all these different sets, and all the monsters had like sort of banded together, and there were like might have also been groups of humans trying to fight them. It was almost like a Monster Squad type deal, but they had
it was the Dark Universe before the Dark Universe.
Yeah, it was the Dark Universe, but not licensed by Universal, basically.
So for myself, the earliest toy I can remember, surprise, was the Dino Riders. I don't know if anyone remembers the Dino Riders.
Dino
Riders, Dino Power. Ship crash. Bad guys chasing good guys. Good guys have a thing called the time slip. They go back in time to Earth, and they use dinosaurs as transport. And the bad guys come down and use carnivorous dinosaurs as transport. And I got this Triacosaurus. I loved it. But my favorite toy of all time is this guy. Essentially, when my brother and sister first started working, they saved up an absolute fucking fortune. And this was back in the day. This guy was not cheap, and they were working part-time jobs, and the two of them pooled their money together and got me this. And
That's dope.
I adore this fucker. I mean, I've had him since I was 9, and I've left this guy out in the back garden. He has fallen into puddles of shit. I took him out in the farm. My dad had to get him out of a septic tank. I love this fucker to bits. This is like my if someone broke in, right, and stole the fucking plasma screen telly, I'd be like, grand, is the T-Rex still here? Is my T-Rex. I adore this guy. But yeah, no.
And if it had arms long enough, I'm sure it would give you a hug. We love each other very much.
I'll hug it for both of us. Could anyone remember any toy commercials that like you fell hook, line, and sinker for?
Yeah.
Go on, Trenchy.
But
Tell us.
I was gonna say anybody else could go first, but
Antro, do you want to go first? Have you?
I don't know if I have a specific commercial, but I just looked it up and I found what I was talking about, and it was called Lego Monster Fighters, and they not only had a Dracula character, Frankenstein, Mummy, Wolfman. They also had a sort of Gillman, Creature from the Black Lagoon character. They had a mad scientist, and they had a whole, like, 3 different zombie characters, one of whom I think was a zombie cop, actually. And, and they had a bunch of human adventurers who were fighting them, and it was fun. So,
cool.
Yeah.
I can just imagine the zombie cop. Undead or alive, you're coming with me.
Fucking maniac cop. Fucking your man. Miguel. What was maniac cop's name again? Robert Zadar's character.
Yeah, but Dracula also had a car that you could build. He had like this giant, like, crazy Hearst race car thing that was fun.
Watch him drive his Dragula.
Hey, smacked by the MAC. How you doing, man?
Hey, Mac.
Smacked by the Mac.
Mac,
2001: Space Odyssey. Love the name.
Have you any childhood toys that you remember? You have fond memories of? If so, leave them in the chat. Trenchy, what advert can you remember? What toy commercial can you remember fucking snagging your attention as a child?
I was a big Rescue Rangers fan as a kid. I don't know. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
Rescue
Chippendales. The Chippendales, the worm strippers, right?
Oh no, not those. The Rescue Rangers. It was like Billy Blazes.
He's on about the animated cartoon where it's 2 mice that fly out on a bird to go and save a girl.
Wait, no. These are humans. These are humans.
Which ones are you on about?
The Rescue. I think, or was it Rescue Heroes? I don't know.
Hero. Rescue
Heroes, they always save the day.
Each one's based on a different profession of construction.
It was like, one was a firefighter, one was like a rock climber, one like was an aerial rescue. You had the guys in the submarine.
Yeah, Rescue Heroes.
Yeah, Rescue. My bad. I confused it with the Chippin', but no, I used to be like a sucker for that. And they had this cool commercial where they had them all, and they had like their trucks and their fancy cars and stuff. And you had that hyped up dude being like, "Yeah, here's Billy Blazes, and he's gonna run the fire and save the day." It was cool.
Deacon, do you remember the bad Action Man ads?
Get your Action Man. He comes with a gun.
It was the live action one. It was when Action Man stopped using guns, and like he stopped using guns, and he done like skateboarding and snowboarding and shit like that. And like they took away his guns. One of the Action Men had an angle grinder. Like, I don't know about you, but I prefer someone shooting at me than coming at me with a fucking angle grinder. I don't know.
I think the gun would be more in tune with G.I. Joe, whereas I think if someone came hurtling towards me with an angle grinder, it would give me pause for thought and then run.
They were the big. They were the fucking. They were the big. They were the big dolls. They were the 12-inch ones. There was a guy called Dr. X, and there used to be these live action sequences. And the guy who played Action Man, it turned out he was actually doping. He used a lot of fucking steroids. It's fucking insane.
Why am I not surprised?
But yeah, no. What about you, Deacon? Any commercials or adverts you can remember that were like either really funny or really inappropriate or?
Boglins. That one has always lived with me.
I have a bag of those fuckers, and they smell like fucking shite.
Well, dude, if you ever want to get rid of them, let me know, because I've got a small collection going on the top shelf.
Dude, Deacon, let me root them out, and I will actually send them to you.
Alrighty.
Okay, but I'm going to the Boglins, the little rubber guys.
Yeah, little rubber guys, the puppets, everything to do with Boglins.
I'm going to warn you now, man. I got a fucking rake of them, and they smell fucking horrendous.
Well,
I spent 3 days trying to wash the stink out.
Well, you do realise, Trash, that you could send them to me, or you could throw them off onto eBay where they're £5 each.
I'll send them to you. I gotta dig them out, but
Hey, there's no rush, dude. Don't panic about it until the world calms down.
Yeah. Again, I'm also gonna see what it's gonna be interesting to see what postage is gonna be like in the new year to the UK actually.
Yeah, the extra 15%. Eek.
But what was the trailer? What was the commercial?
For the Boglins, it was, they're disgusting, they're creepy, they glow in the dark, they're slightly reeky, come and collect your Boglins!
Yeah, it was basically, they looked like reanimated blocks of shit with arms. That's...
The puppets are better. Let me grab one and I'll show you.
Well, Mark, is there any commercials you can remember growing up as a kid with like action figures or toys?
I don't know if it was
Garbage Pail Kids. Mark, your connection is fairly fluky, man. Is there anything you can do maybe to clear it up? Or whoa,
that's dope.
Deacon, if ever you do a video, man, you gotta work that pin into the eyes. Dude, Deacon, you have to work that into a fucking video you're doing somehow.
Dude, Deacon, could you work that into the Ghoulies video?
Yes, I can.
Marty, Matt thinks you're from Scotland.
Oh, what the fuck, man? Oh, again.
He has a friend. Oh.
Mac, no, Mac. No.
Deacon, will you please tell your friend where I'm from?
Mark, our dear friend is not Scottish. To call him Scottish is a bit of an insult. He's a Southern Irish Yeti.
But you're all good. You did it
myself. Could have put it better myself.
He's cute and fluffy, though.
Look. All I'm gonna say is, Mac, I love you. You sound like a lovely lad. But the next person that calls me Scottish, I will fucking river dance them into the grave. And shit, here.
No, Mac's cool.
Hello, Sadie.
Hello.
Sadie, bit of a catch up. What? When you were a kid, what is the earliest toy you can remember getting?
I was thinking about that, and honestly, it was probably my my original Nintendo, but that's just because like I was usually outside until I got my Nintendo, and then they couldn't get me out of my room.
And would that have been? Oh no! Sorry, not you, Sadie. Oh God.
Is Max saying stuff again?
No, read who he said he's a big fan of.
Conor McGregor.
Oh,
Trenchy, you know how I feel about
Max,
Conor McGregor,
you're-
right?
Yeah, I know. I know, Max. Max, cool, but in this stream, we don't talk about Conor McGregor because of
He is the one we do not mention. And Sadie, would that have been your favorite kind of toy from your childhood?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Okay. Quick,
Sorry.
quick. I'm going to try and do this as best I can. Max, Conor McGregor is. Okay.
Subject.
I made a promise to my niece and nephew that I wouldn't swear. So, not off to a good fucking start.
Yeah, let me
Conor McGregor is an
He's a
absolute
fucking-
piece of fucking shit who is the worst representation of this fucking country. If I could, I would set the cunt on fire and throw him off a building. Here, that's what I'm gonna say. He is the worst my country has to offer. Oh man. I can't stand that prick. It's just I'm going into a soapbox. Yeah, I know, Art. Look, oh no, don't go on a rant about Conor McGregor, Martin. Don't. You can do this. No Conor McGregor rant. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. Yeah, Brendan Gleeson is awesome. Brendan Gleeson is awesome. I met him in a bookshop. He's a lovely dude. So yeah, basically, fucking, I like fucking kind of reminiscing about toys because it reminds me of a simpler time in my life. I don't know if I'm the only one. Like, you know, whenever you're feeling down, you just think about like,
No.
or is that a psychological condition?
I think I do the same thing,
It's
but with
being
music.
human.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I like.
I'm like that with film, so it's like we all got our.
Like, oh, bad.
Sadie, what did you play on your NES?
Mhm.
What was
Duck
the game you got?
Hunt. Duck Hunt very poorly. They have a picture of me in my Christmas dress sitting like right up next to the screen. And then I was obsessed with anything Mario when I was a kid until I went to my cousins and saw their PlayStation, and I was like, "What's this?"
You never turned back.
You were a big gamer. You were a big gamer from an early age.
Yeah, until my mom got addicted to Donkey Kong on the Super Nintendo, and then she was like, "Yeah, we're not buying you any more consoles. I see what happens."
Donkey Kong, the movie that the game that nearly got sued.
Yeah, the Universal
Donkey
took him to court for using the rights to King Kong. They owned the rights to.
And they shot themselves in the foot with it.
I
don't know if you know the story. Do people know that story?
know it vaguely.
I don't.
One.
Okay. Basically, they made Donkey Kong. They started releasing it and promoting it, and that's when the owners of Universal turned around and said, "Excuse me, you're using Donkey Kong. You're using a representation of King Kong. Just because you change one word doesn't mean it's not our property. We're taking you to court. We're sending cease and desist letters to every distributor. This game will never see the light of day." In court, while they were reading out a previous case they had already sued for, it turns out Universal sued to make sure that King Kong stayed in the public domain. So King Kong is a public domain figure that anyone can use.
Yes. Yeah.
The Nintendo are fuckers though, because this shit with people not being allowed to upload gameplay on YouTube. That's not to do. They went to war with Blockbuster. They couldn't stop Blockbuster from selling games because Blockbuster found a loophole. So what Nintendo did said, okay, you can rent out the games, but you can't rent out the manuals because they fall under printed copyright. So they tried getting them on that.
Yeah, basically the manuals fell under copyright and the games. The loophole was once the game had been rented out once, it was classed as a used game, thus they could sell it and not give any of the money over to Nintendo.
Yeah. But,
I know that's like what.
Sorry, Trenchy?
Oh, my bad, Marty. I didn't know you were gonna say something. No, I was gonna say I noticed that Japan is strict about that. I tried to use some clips for Godzilla once in a video, not even with the sound, just like soundless clips, and they came after me.
They rape you up the arse if you use even a fucking 2-minute segment of any of their stuff.
Yeah, Toho Studios will jump on you and break you.
You might as well be in a prison shower room if you even attempt to use a fucking clip from a Toho movie. So I think we covered all the basics on like toys and stuff growing up. If there's anything else anyone wants to bring in.
What was the most dangerous toy you were ever given by accident?
Probably that cap gun that set my sleep on fire. I don't know. My dad gave me a penknife when I was 11. I don't know if that counts.
That can be quite dangerous.
What about you, Trenchy? Any toys that were like, you had lawn darts, didn't you, you fucker?
I'm fine, Arthur, by the way.
No, I didn't have long darts, actually. I knew someone that had them, though, from. But
yeah,
I had two really good toys. I had a giant Brandon Routh Superman that was bigger than me. Which was badass, but also terrifying. And I had a Grinch a Jim Carrey Grinch that had two faces, one that was angry and one that was happy, and it was automatic. It was like its eyebrows would move and stuff. But the scary thing is, it had these like voice recordings, and there was like an off recording of the Grinch being happy in one of the movies, and it was disturbing. It sucked.
So it didn't threaten your life; it just scared the shit out of you.
Yeah.
It didn't threaten my life.
Actually, toys that terrified you as a child, because I have.
That's a good topic. I had this skeleton. I actually vomited as a kid as a result. You throw it at the wall, and it would slink down the wall. There was this weird gel, and it glowed in the dark, and it looked fucking gross when it did it. It looked like something that had eaten a human and then vomited the human onto the wall, and the remains were just like fucking dripping down the wall. Yeah, that terrified me.
Yeah. Early tasty body horror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking Cronenberg, the action figure. What about you, Deacon?
Toy that terrified me growing up.
I'd say that'd be hard.
It's not exactly hard, but it's a very rare toy. A 18th century Jack-in-the-Box.
Wow.
How did you come by that?
It was my grandparents.
Ooh.
They had a small collection. This thing, whenever I stayed over there, was in the same room I slept in. And it had this uncanny effect of having a loose turner. So if you moved anything on the counter, it would slowly turn the inside, so it would pop at any moment. And the inside.
But you didn't even have to fuck around with the handle.
Yeah, it would just spontaneously pop open because it was so loose. And it's like, Jesus Christ, it scares the shit out of me because it wasn't a clown. It wasn't even a nice fuzzy creature. It was this It looks like someone walked up to one of the old Punch and Judy puppets, the ones that the Punch one that looks so hideous and disgusting.
With the curved nose and the weird chin and shit.
Yeah. But brightly coloured, slightly deformed, slightly mouldy, so he looks slightly demonic at the same time. And that would just come popping out at you at any given second.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
Mark, what about yourself, dude? Have you any toys that scared the shit out of you as a kid?
The one toy that scared the shit out of me the most when I was a kid is they had a laughing Skeletor from He-Man.
Oh.
And anytime it was so censored, so anytime you walked by it, the thing would start looking like Skeletor.
Oh, it was
dancing
motion.
so
he
laughed.
It was motion
So
censored.
he laughed non-stop.
Fuck that.
No,
And I would be dead at night and hear fucking laughing in the night. I'd be like, oh. I'd jump up with a fucking bed and go, who the fuck?
Oh no, Mac, you've just thrown another thing out there to make Mark go boom. All narrative aside, I think King
Kong would whip Godzilla's ass. I agree with Mac.
Hold on, wait. Hold on a minute now. Here, hold on. Okay, before we get into that, I want to give Sadie a chance.
He already won.
Trenchy, we'll get to that. Sadie, was there any toys that you had growing up that scared the shit out of you, and that like your parents had to hide or anything like that? Or...
When I was like 9, my grandma, who was a painter, decided she'd take her hand at making a porcelain doll, which she sewed all the clothes for and decided to name after her grandmother because she thought that was a great idea. So I was positive that this thing was fucking haunted. And my mom insisted that I kept it in my room for a while until she found that I tied its hands behind its back and blindfolded it. And then she's like, never mind, I'm just going to
Never mind. If we keep this up, you might get some bizarre ideas.
Yeah.
So what's your kink? I like to blindfold and tie your hands behind your back.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah. Next King Kong not be Godzilla. Godzilla will stomp a hole in King Kong's ass while dry.
Okay, from what I gathered, Mark said that Godzilla had kicked the shit out of
He already won.
Okay, so right.
Up.
Are we talking? Hold on. Are we talking now about the original RKO King Kong versus the original Toho Godzilla? Antro, one.
You never asked me what toys scared me because I have stories.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Because of that, Afro gets 3 toys he gets to mention.
Yeah. Good. Antro, I'm giving Antro the floor. Because I'm sorry about that, dude. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Sidetracked.
I get that you're passionate about this. I understand. So I had this one toy. It was a really weird one to be scared of. Oh crap, Trenchy's gone.
Yeah, he's getting. He'll pop back in.
You know what Trenchy's like.
So I had this toy. It was like this weird. It was like a storytelling game of some kind. It was like this. A little electronic thing with different stories that you could select, and it had a voice, and it would tell these stories, but you could like speak into it, and you could replace different. It was like Mad Libs, but with audio, basically.
Oh, I could be so evil with that.
So it would say like, I need you to like say an object and this thing and this thing, and it would take sound bites of your voice and put them into the story. And it was actually a really fun toy. The thing is, if you forgot to turn it off and you just left it lying around, it would start talking at you again until you could turn it off. And that terrified me. And
I could just imagine.
I drove my family crazy because they all loved the toy. and I thought it was a cool idea too, but I was so petrified that it was like somehow sentient and it was going to yell at me for not turning it off again that I just couldn't bring myself to play with it or even to turn it on ever. I was just petrified because that happened to me once. It was a weird thing to be scared of.
Fucking
Just like a Furby, man.
Yeah. I can just imagine that. You're back at night, you're beginning to relax, and then all of a sudden a voice speaks from somewhere in your room in a slightly computerized voice going, and now you go into the dark dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would I think that would freak most people out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'd have to say that Furbies are a different level of nightmare for sure.
But talking about shit that's talking to you when you didn't think it was on, that's the first thing that popped in my head. I hated those things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
my Furby fell off, and it was like a Terminator Furby, and it was terrifying.
And they're
Terminator Furby.
If you take their fur off, they look like Terminators.
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh,
It still has fur, but the skin on its face fell off, and it had like a Terminator face.
Oh God.
How about the Great Furby Recall, where they had to recall an entire run of Furbies?
Because they swore.
Yeah, someone programmed swear words into the Furbies. So you'd get, hello there, how are you? I'm a Furby. Fuck your mum. Or you get stuff like, oh shit balls.
There was some real sad kid that was like, but I like my swearing Furby.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. One person on YouTube ripped off another guy's idea and made a racially insulting Elmo.
That was the Nostalgia Critic. That turned up in Nostalgia Critic. He fucking stole the idea from I think it might have been Count Dacula.
Well, no, someone made one.
Oh.
Someone actually made one so they could hand it out to people randomly in the public.
Oh no!
And it would racially profile them and then give them slurs.
That isn't the first time something like that has happened with an Elmo per se. I think it's,
why an Elmo specifically?
Because everyone loves him.
And Deacon, have you heard of the chap called Anti-Semitic Elmo?
Yes.
No. Why? Why?
How about
in New York City, right? There's people who dress up as superheroes, as Shrek, as Winnie the Pooh. There is a guy who dresses up as Elmo and goes around with sandwich boards, giving racial slurs to like, get the kikes out of New York. And it's like, what the fuck?
Why is this a thing?
Yay, freedom.
There's even a worse one, and this is a legitimate Elmo that had to be recalled because of how it made a gesture. Its way of saying hello was to quite literally go like that. Fist clenched, the entire salute.
There's other toys that like the mechanics have played badly into this thing. There's a Tarzan action figure. Yeah. He beats his chest, but the arm is too long, so it goes right down to the groin. So it looks like he's wanking himself off. There's another one where it's supposed to be Rafiki lifting baby Simba, but if you press it rapidly enough, it looks like he's bumming baby. He's bumming baby Simba. It's like, you know. But it's just it's a weird world of toys.
Oh, if you want a weird toy, a very weird toy, one that should not exist, poo shapes.
Wait,
That
what?
should not- Okay, let's say you want to potty train your toddler. How do you encourage them to go to the toilet? You put a contraption on the toilet that sits right above their rectum. So as they poo, the poo gets put through a certain shaped cylinder, a bit like Play-Doh,
Oh
and
my
makes
god!
a shape as it's
There's a
coming out.
Play-Doh fun factory for a child's hole.
Yes. And believe it or not, it was even more popular with adults.
I believe
Without a sense of irony, that is the shittiest idea I've ever fucking heard.
I remember seeing things like that advertised in toy catalogs, like around Black Friday. It's Why? Why does that exist? Why would people want that?
Like seriously. Okay, like I know they're small kids, but like would there be like would kids hop off the toilet and go, look, I made a fucking triangle. Look, I made a moon. I made a crescent moon. What the fuck? How the fuck
Pretty
does
much.
that work?
It's to encourage them to go to the toilet. Oh, I can make interesting shapes when I go to the loo. And once I've gotten used to just sitting on it and pooping without looking, you take the thing away, so they just poop regularly.
I feel like that might confuse them with the whole similarity to playing with Play-Doh, and then
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm with
Don't
Sadie
worry,
on that.
there
It's
were
like,
incidences.
oh, my Play-Doh's gone all hard. I'll get some out of the toilet. And it's like, what the
look,
Oh, no.
Mom, what I made you.
I know if you check Google and check for the time frame for some of the worst decisions made when it came to poo shapes, some people decided to attach them to the rear ends of their dogs so they get oddly shaped dog excrement all over the park.
Oh
I
no.
like that idea.
Yeah, but I remember seeing things like this advertised, like dolls that would like actually use the bathroom and like
Yeah.
have excrement and stuff. And I think the whole idea with that was basically like to give them to kids so that like they could pretend to be their parents, like with a lot of other toys, so they could pretend to potty train the kid.
And Antro, have you ever heard of a thing called Baby Detone?
I don't know.
Okay, so it's a doll, and it comes with a halter top for the child with two fucking flower nipples that you hold the. It's the creepiest fucking. You hold the doll and it sucks.
Yeah,
it's
breastfeed training.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah, for fucking kids of 6 and 7. Fuck that shite, man. That's fucked.
They want to be like
I
Mom.
wish I didn't know that existed now.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want toys that were more popular with adults than kids,
I
then
don't.
the best example is the Quidditch Magic Broomstick.
The vibrating
Nimbus.
one, yeah.
The Nimbus. Women were getting themselves off with the Nimbus fucking 6, like, or some fucking
Yeah.
thing.
It's
But it
because
makes sound effects while it vibrates, so you'd have to hear like whoosh, whoosh, bzzz.
pretty much. But yeah, that was more popular with adults than it was with kids. And when they realised that it was causing genital stimulation to young boys and girls, it was quickly recalled.
Jesus Christ. Have you said I'm after the holy grail of Punisher figures, right? It was basically Iron Man would turn into like a fucking special laser. Spider-Man would turn into a robot spider. Punisher would turn into a gun, but halfway between the transformation, the barrel would come out between his legs. So it looks like Punisher has just this big missile for a dick. I want that figure so fucking bad, man.
That's another reason to call him the Punisher, especially for
Yeah. But
I will punish you. I will break you.
I again, if I think we've covered all the basics when it comes to toys. Is there anything else anyone wants to chime in with before we switch topics?
If we carry, after you.
What?
Do you guys remember on Saturday Night Live? I think his name was Ed Grimley, the guy with the big pointy hair on the top. I forgot who played him.
Yeah, I know who you're on about. Yeah.
Okay, there was a toy of him, and when I was younger, I went over to my cousin's friend's house with him. I'd never met these kids before, and the little brother threw one of those at the big brother, and I watched the 2 inches of hair sink right into his knee. I don't know what happened after that because we went home, but that was a traumatic toy story, I remember.
Yeah.
It's a fucking weapon. Someone's fucking action figure head is a weapon.
Good thing it went in his knee and not his eye.
Oh no, if you want a weapon, then the worst decision my parents ever made. They gave me an expert level chemistry kit for my 12th birthday.
Oh God.
There was no longer a garden shed after 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
At least you didn't mustard gas yourself or something.
No, I didn't get that far. I more made a virtual platform out of a shed by accident.
Fucking Sheldon job, just fucking making nuclear weapons in the backyard. I I had other kind of topics to chat about, and one of them was, do you know what, I'm gonna expand it from horror, where it's someone who usually plays a bad guy playing a good guy, or vice versa. Can anyone think of any role? I'm gonna use the jacks when I come back. Ye be discussing away, and sure we'll see what's what when I come back. Okay.
Orcalas.
All right. So, are we discussing that or just whatever the hell?
Discuss whatever the hell until he gets back. Might as well
Okay.
pick the subject up when he returns.
Hey, Anthro, I heard one of your cover songs on your YouTube.
Uh-huh.
You're good. You're good, dude. I dig it.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, we kind of dared him to try and learn all of Black Sabbath.
Nice.
You dared. That's gonna be a while because again, I'm busy working on some music stuff for December. So
the time limit is you have to be 35. By the time you're 35, learn all of Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, I've been working on a lot of music stuff. And speaking of December, I was curious what people's like go-to Christmas horror movies are.
Oh, go-to Christmas horror movies.
You knew one of mine already, Martin.
Yeah, yes I do. And yeah.
Gremlins for mine because it takes place on Christmas.
From a real favorite. I love the movie. But
Yep.
other go-to movies, I have to watch Die Hard. Batman.
Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I watch that every year along with Edward Scissorhands and The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's like the holy trinity of
Trifecta.
Tim Burton Christmas movies, basically.
Are we discussing what potentially could be Christmas movies but aren't recognized as Christmas movies?
Oh no, just what we watch at Christmas.
Yep.
At Christmas.
Yep.
Fuck it, roll with that topic then. Like, work away. What was like Antro? Is it like so? Batman Returns, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Edward Scissorhands.
Yep. That's like the Tim Burton holy trinity of Christmas movies for me. I watch those like every December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. That's
nice.
That's my tradition.
I love Batman Returns. It's brilliant.
The best.
Michelle Pfeiffer kicks arse as Selena Kyle.
Her whole story arc in that is amazing. That's probably my favorite version of Catwoman.
It's not the closest to the comic, but she does her own thing, and it's really fucking cool as a result.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Mark? What do you watch over Christmas? What do you consider your particular Christmas movies?
Die Hard and then the Apocalypse, Batman Returns, and I gotta watch one.
What was the last one?
It's a must.
Well, what was
Gremlins.
it? Gremlins?
Oh yeah. I was going to say that. What about yourself, Deacon? What would you watch over Christmas?
Oh, my 4 go-to movies. Gremlins is definitely one of them. It has to be. Unfortunately, it's a Christmas movie, no matter what anyone says. Another one which is slightly more friendly, but still is a bit horrific in its own right. A Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Yep. Watch that every year. Really good.
Light the candle, not the rat. Light the candle, not the rat. I love it.
Yeah, you have to love that, and it's seen as the best musical adaptation of A Christmas Carol. So.
Isn't it sad about out of all the adaptations, it takes fucking Kermit the Frog to make it?
I mean, I'm not complaining, and the whole banter between Gonzo and Rizzo throughout that thing is hysterical, particularly when like Rizzo just is like, you're not Charles Dickens, you don't know everything that's about to happen, and then Gonzo will like immediately do some narration and like a light will come on and on his cue and he's just like, God damn it.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. I gotta give it to him, folks. He's got the theatrics down.
30 Days of Night. I know that's probably not considered a Christmas movie, but it does take place in December during the coldest part in the region.
Cool.
So I see it as a Christmas movie. And I suppose the last one, just to be slightly different, Black Christmas.
The original, right?
Yeah. Screw the remakes. They don't exist in my reality.
I like the 2000s remakes. I have an uncut version of it that leaves in a lot more of the plot. But yeah, it doesn't hold a candle to the fucking original. And that new one, what the fuck? It's some kind of black fluid. That fucking, I don't know if anyone's seen it or intends on seeing it. It's basically the girls find out there's a male cult that isn't actually a male cult. They're all infected by this evil fluid that comes out of the ground. Has anyone seen it?
Okay, I knew about the male cult part. I didn't know that part. That's weird.
Hey, Andrew, do you remember? Did you watch the X-Files? Do you remember the later seasons of the X-Files where the black goo used to turn people evil?
Yeah.
Or into aliens?
I haven't watched enough X-Files. No.
Oh, but it's like that.
It's like evil coal juice, if it's going to be Christmassy.
Yep.
The evil coal juice will turn you crazy.
Yep, I could go on a rant about how Blumhouse is rushing its filmmakers to make things, and that's destroying the quality of them, because I think that they're actually getting good filmmakers who are trying to make good things and then giving them no time to make them.
Yeah, something that's supposed to take 2 years, they give them 2 months.
Yeah.
And you get these subpar fucking movies. Sadie, what about yourself? What do you try and watch for Christmas? I know you said you're not.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry?
not a Christmas person. I'm going to have to remember to watch Edward Scissorhands now because, I never thought of that in the whole Christmas movie thing, but I'm always watching the other two, so now I'm going to have to add that in. But no, the one where Bill Murray is Scrooge.
Scrooged.
Oh, Scrooge.
Yeah.
Scrooged.
Yeah, I like that one.
That one's brilliant. Trenchy, what about yourself?
I think he might be wrangling his cats.
Okay.
Or they might be wrangling him. Never know.
Either way, Pussy is being chased.
Sure. Usual crack. I'm definitely going to go with Die Hard and a movie I fucking adore. I know the ending is kind of lackluster, but Rare Exports.
Love
I watch
Rare
Rare
Exports.
Exports every
Love
year.
Rare Exports.
I don't know if I've
Sadie,
ever
have you
seen
seen that one?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so actually, do you know what? Andrew, you explain it because I'm probably spoiling it.
Right. So it's set in Finland for one thing, which automatically means that I love it for many reasons. But basically, there's this group of businessmen who are like they're like drilling for something. Do you recall what they're looking for?
I think no, the guy with the hat and the coat and the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is actually looking for Saint Nicholas.
Right, but they like find they like find this. It's been a while. I only watch it around Christmas, and I'm having difficulty.
Well, if they were trying to keep it in the realm of slight realistic, then the two main things to drill for in the Arctic are oil and natural gas.
Right, but I think they're actually looking for Santa, and they find this old man who is apparently Santa, just this random naked old man in the middle of Finland, and
he eats one of the guy's fingers.
Yeah,
because he was smoking.
Yeah.
It turns out It turns out that one, this old man isn't on his own, and two, if you're naughty around these old men, they will fucking rip you to pieces.
And yeah, there's it follows this young kid who's like
terrified of Santa.
Basically, yeah. And trying
he's putting bear traps up the fucking chimney, and he's making fucking pit traps and stuff. And it's brilliant. It's cool, and it's just the line where they have your man tied up in the chain, and they're calling the dudes from the fucking crew, and he's like, "Hello, we have Santa Claus." Just,
Yeah. But
yeah.
but the reveal around the end of that is epic.
Do you think that was Krampus, or do you think it was the original kind of big fucking monster Santa Claus? Because the antlers kind of had a Krampus kind of feel to them.
Well, I think in like this older mythology, Krampus and Santa are basically the same entity. Their idea is that they got separated out, and it's just this sort of strict moral creature that'll punish, or maybe punish.
I would have loved if he had been thought out. I know they probably didn't have the budget, but I wish. I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to spoil it on Sadie. But yeah,
I definitely want to watch that.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's free on Amazon Prime. I'm going to watch it next week.
It's on Netflix as well, I think.
Is it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's it's on Irish Netflix.
Gotcha.
I might have to fuck with my VPN then. Okay.
VPN.
Yeah, that's the other thing though. I do want to talk a minute about Anna and the Apocalypse really quick because Mark brought it up, and that is a movie that I love. It is about this group of kids in Scotland who are kind of fed up with their lives, and they wake up on one Christmas morning and the zombie apocalypse has hit, and they have to they meet each other in their usual spots and realize that the entire town is under attack, and their parents are still stuck in the school because of the school play that's happened, and they have to fight their way back. And the icing on the cake is that this is a musical. It's so good.
You know you're onto something good when it's a musical.
It's really good.
Zombies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I gotta see that one. I gotta see both of the ones you mentioned.
It's great.
There's a small list of movies to watch.
I was surprised by how good it was.
Yeah, it was. I thought it would just be kind of fun and campy, but it was actually really good. I kind of wanted to cry at the end a little bit, to be honest. But the other movie I wanted to bring up, which I think is a given, is Krampus.
Oh yeah, that has a nice throwback to kind of Joe Dante's Gremlins, where like the bit, especially in the attic. And my favorite part is the kind of like the Christmas special Henry Selick animated sequence with the grandmother back in Germany.
Yeah, the Rankin. Oh yeah, that bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the as you said, the Rankin Bass. It's a nice nod to the Rankin Bass special, where like it's post-war Germany and people are like really shitty to each other, and Krampus comes and takes the entire town away. I just thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I also love the opening sequence where it's just this huge brawl in this supermarket set to what song did they set it to?
Is it the most wonderful time of the year?
Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year with it just this giant brawl. And for some reason, there's a nativity scene in the middle of this mall, which never happens. And like 2 of the kids have gotten into a fight, and one of them's punching the other. Like
I think. Andrew, I think one of them is using the baby Jesus to clobber the other fucking child, if I'm not mistaken. Well, yeah, it's a nice throwback to kind of horror movies in the heyday, because the thing is, there's no real gore in the movie, is there?
No, it's that tribute. Like, I see all of Michael Dougherty's movies as a tribute to some specific trope or genre that he loves. Like, Trick or Treat is obviously like classic Halloween horror and horror anthology movies and that sort of thing. And I see Krampus as both Christmas horror and children's horror. So like Gremlins, and to a lesser extent,
there's definitely a lot of nods to Joe Dante kind of horror, early Joe Dante kind of horror.
The only thing with the movie is, don't go in thinking you're going to see gore and get scared. Go into the movie thinking you're going to enjoy a story and probably see some things that are going to make you laugh unintentionally.
Yeah.
It's a horror comedy.
There is some fucking cool stuff in it, though. the Jack
I
in the
like
Box
the angel.
Anaconda.
Oh,
The
the Jack in the
Jack in the Box
Box. You're not
Anaconda.
good. You don't need gore to make that.
You don't
thing
need
real
gore to
fun.
be scared.
Yeah.
Just the
Or
special
the
effects.
angel, the weird fucking angel that comes out like a bat and its jaw just. It's like
Yeah.
what
That gingerbread man got me where he hooked the fat kid. That always got me. Like, oh,
Yeah, they were going to make it a higher rated movie to try and appeal to the gore demographic, but as Anthro said, they wanted to make it more family friendly, so anyone could really watch it as long as they were with their parents.
Yeah, it
yeah,
would.
like if your kid is maybe from 10 to 11 on, let him watch it because I don't think there's any bad language. There's maybe one or two swears.
There's
no
a little
gore
bit, and there's
effects
an
or violence.
innuendo in there, especially with the grandmother, who I love. The other
Yes.
grandmother or the aunt. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're the
Yeah.
one from 2.5
Yeah.
Men. She
Well,
died there. recently.
Well, to give you an idea,
Yeah.
in England that movie's
It was-
rated a 12.
it was
It's
Grandma
rated
Oni.
PG.
hmm
This is what I remember the kid calling it. Was Mahoney.
Yeah.
But, no.
That's the German grandmother. I'm talking about the other.
Yeah, the obese
The
grand
aunt.
aunt or whatever.
Yeah.
You're
That was
wrong.
the-
She was
We
have
not
a
drinking, and he does not care.
Oh, I remember her.
She was in 2.5 Men. She was the housekeeper in 2.5 Men.
Yeah, she was brilliant. She's like one of the best parts of that show, or at least the funniest parts.
I gotta go eat supper real quick. I'll probably be back later, but I need to head out for a sec.
Okay,
beans.
not a problem.
Enjoy your nosh.
Make
I
sure it's
will.
not fast food, otherwise it's hard to catch.
I don't think it is, but
Stay frosty, man.
Is
Eat
your
a bit.
bridge running? Yes, it is. Go catch it before it's fucked up
I
down
love
the
that
road.
bit. One of my favorite bits ever.
Trenchy, what about you? Favorite Christmas movies?
Are we talking like, regular Christmas movies or like what?
Your Christmas movies can be Christmassy or not entirely Christmassy.
Okay, my favorite Christmas movie of all time, and I know people probably gonna roll their eyes and stuff, is Unaccompanied Minors. It has its problems, but I love that movie.
I've never seen it.
It's quite good. It's very silly but good.
Funny. It's really
A lot
good.
of people bash it, but I love that movie. It's a bunch of kids are in an airport, and they're traveling alone, and the snow blizzard kind of cancels their flight, and all the other they break out into the mall, and hijinks assumes, and Lewis Black has to stop them.
Yeah,
He's like an
I
asshole.
think Trenchy, if I'm not mistaken, maybe is one of the actors in it. Everybody Hates Chris, the actor who plays.
I'm
He's
pretty
the
sure
only-
that's him.
Yeah, I do know
Yeah.
it. That's a nice movie. That's a nice.
I love that movie. It's
Yeah.
like Breakfast Club during Christmas for kids, pretty much.
it's like Home Alone, but a bunch of kids in an airport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Booby traps, toys, games. Let's cause chaos.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on the theory that Kevin McAllister is actually Kevin McAllister's mother had an affair with a special forces soldier, and that's why Kevin McAllister has all the abilities he has.
That relies heavily on genetic memory, which,
Yeah.
although is plausible for certain deep phobias, it's not going to carry over every memory and bit of training someone's gotten throughout their life.
Mhm.
Also, people are trying to want a new Home Alone sequel where it's Macaulay Culkin playing Kevin at his current age, having to defend his house.
I would love to see it as long as he's doing it against a predator.
Look, I've gotten into arguments with fuckers about this, okay? Look, the fact is, he wouldn't go after McAllister. McAllister isn't fucking...
There would be no
McAllister wouldn't be adequate game.
He
Yeah,
wouldn't.
but
Yeah, there would be no sport for the president.
okay, a nice way to get that movie going. McAllister isn't on his own. He has to defend the house and someone else in it, like one of his sisters or one of his brothers who has grown up to become this great big military beefcake who also carries around a state secret.
Okay.
That
I don't
works because Home Alone 3, which is another good Christmas movie, Home Alone 3, he gets a hold of a military chip in a car, and the spies have to steal it from him.
Yeah, and it's a different kid, but yeah, he gets revenge and on all of them. One guy gets electrocuted. It's fun.
Yeah, he has an electric chair, man.
But look, how many times have fucking Harry and Marv been murdered over?
Oh, you don't really want to know. In the first movie, the iron would have killed them. The paint cans would have killed them. The setting their head on fire due to shock and then concussion afterwards would have killed them. The icy step giving them a massive concussion into the back of the head would have killed them.
Dude, Marv took 3 bricks from on top of a building straight to the forehead in a row.
Yeah.
In Home Alone 2.
They also fell through 3 floors.
They should be dead.
They should be more than dead. They should be broken piles of mush.
There is another theory as well. There's another theory that fucking Kevin McAllister was the original Jigsaw.
I can kind of see that happening. The theory is due to the trauma that he sustained. He grows up, changes his name, tries to have a normal life, has this near-death experience, and goes, you know what? I'm going to use all the trapping knowledge I have learned through my engineering to give people hell.
Exactly. If you watch Home Alone 2, not so much in Home Alone 1, but in Home Alone 2, there's a lot of lines that come off as very sociopathic. And there's a lot of scenes. He's trying to have a cute moment, but it's like disturbing because his face is vacant and it doesn't match what he's saying. It's disturbing.
Actually, have you guys seen a movie called The Good Son?
I was just thinking about that. Yes.
I love that movie.
Where he gets to be a real sociopath. Yeah.
Have you seen the remake?
You can fly, Mark.
Wait, a remake?
Yeah, they made a remake, and in this remake, they saved the kid at the end.
Fuck!
Instead of letting him fall, they let him up, and he faces justice.
Okay.
Oh my God, we lost Trenchy again.
He'll come back. Here, Corey, what is your favorite toy growing up, and what's your earliest toy you can remember getting? If you want to pop it in the chat.
Is there something insanely creepy about Santa Claus being able to see you when you're sleeping and when you're awake anywhere?
Yeah.
And the breaking and entering. Yeah. Great combo.
And
if he had done that, if Santa existed in my old neighborhood, he would have gotten fucking beat to death.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Frenchy, you need to turn on your mic. I can't access you until you turn on your mic. Okay, now I can. There we go.
Hello, Frenchy. That's all right.
It wasn't connecting.
But any other topics you guys want to broach, or is there anything like Sadie? You're new to the group. Is there anything you've ever wanted to ask any of us, or fucking find out like? What's the whole YouTube thing about, or?
Now, see, you caught me off guard, so I'll have to think about that.
Even random questions like, how many toes do you have? 9.
I mean, I shouldn't assume, I guess, how many toes people have.
Irish people have web feet. We have one big toe. It's just like
better for the swimming to get the potatoes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I didn't inherit that from the Irish side of my family.
Potatoes.
I do love some fucking potatoes, though. Not gonna lie. Me and my kid used to put cheese on French fries and call it Irish spaghetti because we thought it was funny.
Fucking hell. Well, yeah, Irish. We make everything out of fucking spuds. Mashed potatoes, baked potatoes.
What can't you do with a potato though? They're fucking awesome.
See, I want Trash to one day do the song potatoes. You can mash them, put them in a stew,
Boil
fry
them, stick them in a stew.
Yeah, he has to do that one day.
I'll do it for St. Patrick's Day.
There we go. I was
do-
gonna say
Yes.
you'll have to be drunk.
Yeah, he has to be drunk first.
That is possible.
We're not gonna let you forget now.
Aye.
Don't worry, we haven't let him forget about his how Titanic and Terminator are the same movie.
Dude,
We're waiting for that video. We're waiting
that
for
was
video.
mine.
I'm trying to
Mind-blowing.
lock that down. I'm still not happy because I think people can turn around and go, you're just making assumptions. No, it's not. It's the same fucking movie. I need
You've
to get
got
evidence.
so many reasons though.
Just list the reasons, and put the video out, and if anyone wants to argue, just put in the description. Make your own video response.
Yeah.
Tell me
Yeah.
why you think I'm wrong.
I challenge you.
Yeah, I
Yes.
challenge you. Make a video of your own.
Because
Make
I
my
kind of,
assessment.
that's giving me inspiration. I want to kind of do a video like that for Puppet Master 6 and the 70s movies. Because that's the same movie.
And the 70s movie.
It's a snake movie. It's called.
Oh, that movie.
Yes.
It's just a bunch of S's, and that's it.
Yeah. It's really hard to explain to people because they think you're going crazy. It's like, have you seen the movie? What movie?
Have you heard
Why are you hissing at me?
Have you heard the movie of what sounds like air escaping from a balloon?
I think he's having a seizure.
Don't let go of the balloon, otherwise you get.
I prefer the
That sounds like an ambulance from the fucking 70s, dude.
Awesome.
We got a new Foley artist.
Oh, I can do all sorts of sounds if I really feel like it. I just don't feel like it.
What? Come here. Sadie, how long have you been doing the kind of Twitch DJing kind of gig?
Not very long, actually. It all started but pretty much towards the end of the quarantine, and I just kind of said, fuck it. I got a nice computer. I play video games all the time. Might as well. And that, like I said, I keep doing the music share because that is literally my favorite thing in the world to do with people, especially when I meet new people. It's just like, ooh, can I show you music that I like? And then you maybe can show me something I've never seen before.
Yeah,
It's great fun and it's good crack.
and it's a nice way of broadening your horizons as well.
Yes, it has fucked up my YouTube algorithm in all the best possible ways. I love it.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Obviously, guys, would she be able to do that on YouTube, or would that video be taken down instantly?
It depends on what she's doing, because my radio broadcast video that got flagged for 3 songs that are in it, so I don't get any money off it if it ever makes money. You have to deal with claims, unfortunately.
Nope.
Yeah, the
They'll probably get
DMCA shit's wild.
Yeah.
They'll probably get taken down afterwards, but my friend Lion, he does all he does is live stream music, and I mean big songs like Bohemian Rhapsody and AC/DC and stuff, and his streams never get taken down to afterwards, so he can. I think she could do it. It's just they probably won't stay up afterwards.
Yeah.
I've been working on trying to take clips from my Twitch stuff so that way I can make a clip compilation on YouTube. I just don't even know where to start.
Well, if there's any bits that you really like, let me know, because if you can send me the footage, I can clip and edit.
I've been saving the highlights, or I've been making the highlights and saving them on my Twitch channel.
Okay.
I think I'd have to go in and download them from there so I could send them to you. But yeah, dude,
yeah.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, if you want me to edit them together, then fine, not a problem. I don't even mind putting them to music if you need.
Hell yeah. That's one thing that I've always wanted to learn, because there's with all the music that I know, and sometimes I'll hear one song and I'll hear a new song and it's like, oh my god, these 2 songs would go perfect together. How come nobody's done this yet? So I kind of want to try to learn that sometime in the future.
No, I've always got an open offer. If people need me to edit or review something, then just send it to me and I'll do what I can.
Dude, that's awesome. I appreciate the fuck out of that.
That's all right. I mean, Trenchy's using a lot of the content we made to make a video for himself, and I've just said, make it, put it on your channel. We work
Right.
together.
Well, dude, I want you to have it. I would rather it be on your channel, but
No, dude, you're putting all the hard work into it.
I love like just fucking around with stuff and just having a crack. Like I done the video for Mark. Have you? Did I show you that one, Deacon? It's in
Yeah,
my-
that was quite cool.
that
died.
was hilarious.
A little Star Wars video. Basically, normal bar scene. Then it cuts to Mark, and he's kind of like, "Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Yeah, I like this. I like this." Cuts to Guido, mate, saying, "Yeah, but do you like this?" And Mark just goes, "Oh hell, fucking no!"
Sadly, you couldn't get it, so Greedo got shot. Like, sadly, because it would have shown Han. That sucked.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, come here. I could do that. The thing is, I need Mark to pull out like a plastic gun or something. I could crop it. I could crop the fucking scene and just have Greedo fucking getting blasted.
Ooh,
Tony-
ooh, let him hold up a chicken leg.
Yes, have
Oh,
him just
Wait,
fight
Mark shoots him with a chicken leg.
Yeah, foul
or a
play.
brush or something.
Yeah, chicken
Yeah.
leg. So you can say foul play.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I will, under one stipulation, right? The minute Greedo drops, it pans back to Mark, and Mark just looks at the chicken leg and takes a bite out of it.
Yes. That's so.
So, yeah, just Mark
Oh,
fucking ices Greedo with some KFC. It's like,
Before
dude.
he puts a bit of salt and pepper on there and goes, "No, you've been assaulted."
Dude,
Oh,
that's totally a Han Solo thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
I have weird ideas.
Yeah, no. Is there anything like if ever you need a help putting stuff up onto YouTube or doing editing or stuff, Sadie, don't be afraid to ask any of us. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate
if you
that.
need a database for absolutely free music, then let me know.
I've been working on that because I'm kind of picky, and most of the copyright-free shit that I find is like, eh.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to do a private live chat one day because I'll show you some tricks.
The only thing with me editing is I will do it, but there will be a Kinney Master watermark in the corner. I
Oh,
can't
of
get rid
course.
of that, but I can do it. But I can do it. That's not a problem.
Okay, honestly,
Um,
the talk of KFC made me kind of hungry. I'm gonna make some noodles. I'll be right back.
Not a
No
problem.
bother.
Attack of the Munchies!
So, Trent, I have an important question for you. When are you starting your fans only account?
I'm not okay. It's OnlyFans and two. I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking doing that, motherfucker. No.
Dude, I've gotten 68 PMs from different women from fucking Rosie Celeste from South America going, I need my trenchy fix. Where's my big trenchy salami?
I blame you.
Ooh.
I blame you because I have a Twitter story now. I was on my Twitter and someone
What happened?
someone DM'd me. And I'm like, oh, it might be someone I know that just didn't have contact with me before. No, it was some woman trying to solicit sex out of me, and she had a whole group.
That wasn't me. That's a fucking bot.
I know.
Like what happened. That's what happened with me with Instagram.
I'm just fucking with you. I know it wasn't you, but it was funny because there were other horror communities. There was a group chat, and there were other people in the chat. And I looked up, and I could see the members, and there was a couple other people I followed were in that chat. And I'm like, they did. I guess they didn't join, but they were like added.
How the fuck did a bot get into a group chat?
It wouldn't technically be a bot getting into the group chat. It's someone getting into the group chat and then activating a bot.
I think what happened was the bot activated the group chat or something because it seemed like the bot was the only one talking. They were like, "Do you want to spend long days on the beach or some weird shit?" I'm like,
Although I have just had a really, really weird idea.
Hmm.
Trenchy does an OnlyFans account where he replicates photos from Belle Dauphine.
No, no, no. It's bad enough. Those fuckers would probably want me to do some weird shit with mannequins. I am not doing any Belle Dauphine shit. No.
Wait. Trenchy, right? Have you a bat at home?
A bat.
Yeah, a bat.
I used to. My mom used to have a Harley Quinn bat from Suicide Squad. I don't know if we still have that, but
Do you have a rolling pin?
I have a rolling pin, yes.
Hold that in front of anything.
No. Look. He needs to get into a bath or a sink, wash himself, then bottle the water and sell it, just like Bella Delphine.
No. I am not.
He needs to get famous enough first, then he can charge $50 per jar.
Oh, he's already famous enough.
I'm not famous. No, I'm not selling my bathwater. Jesus Christ.
How about you use socks, and then you can move up to underwear for those who are willing to pay extra?
Dude, it's bad enough she had to put labels on the jar saying you cannot drink this. Don't drink this. It's like, yeah. What the fuck? Hey, Corey.
Guys probably just washed their dick in it just so they could fucking say that, that they touched Bella Delphine's fluids.
Well, one guy on camera did drink it.
But yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
No, Sasha, we didn't mean the UFC. We meant KFC, the chicken place.
See, you can just imagine Trenchy doing a whole thing from Silence of the Lambs. Just a coat, tuck everything between the legs and do the sexy dance. Flash, turn around, flash.
No, I wasn't thinking of doing that, but I was thinking of doing a skit where I'm tied up in a bathtub and my brother's behind the camera and he walks up with like some cream on his hand and is like, "You put the lotion on the skin." I think that would be funny.
Yeah, I can see that working.
Definitely go first.
I don't know if he'd be willing to do it. That's the problem.
He puts the lotion on his skin or he sees my hose again.
Or the Oh no, not that. No, fuck that.
Just seeing it Trenchy.
I'm trying to make something a parody. I'm not trying to like terrify people even worse.
Sasha should say you should do it like Jay in Clerks 2, where he's like, he tucks it in and he puts on the lipstick and he's like, "Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me."
Oh no, I'm not doing that bit.
See, if you did make a video like that, I would find some very, very sexy music to go with it.
Barry White. Put fucking Barry White on it.
I don't know how to put music on my videos. It's weird because I make music videos. No, it's weird because I do make the music videos, but the thing is, that's without sound. I don't know how to put music with the sound and make them both work so one doesn't overpower the other.
Trenchy, download a free app called Video Maker on your tablet. You can download music, and then there's a balancing system that you can put. You can equalize both the sound that from the original video and the music.
I'll have to check that out. I think you can do it on KineMaster too, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, and if you can't do that one, get OpenShot Video Editor.
Fuck yeah.
Video Maker, yeah.
It's the one with the red camera there.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I think I tried to use it before and I found it a little difficult, but I'm more experienced now, so maybe I can figure it out.
It's handy out though, man. I was able to do a lot of like tweaking and stuff. Hello, Demented Pictures. How are you doing? Any crack?
Hey.
We have crazy people in the chat. Yay.
Demented. Can you remember your earliest childhood toy and your favorite toy from your childhood? If you can, drop them in the chat. And the same goes for you, Sasha, actually.
But Gore says the whole argument against McAllister is a gun. A gun would solve all of it.
Yeah. Technically, he used a rifle in the first one.
And if you want a really scary toy association, then there was a toy belt buckle that you could get that was called the flip gun. It was a gun inlaid in a belt buckle that shot blanks. The problem is, if it heated up too much or you thrusted too much, it would cause most of the caps to explode, thus setting fire to your genitalia.
Oh, fuck.
And they sold this to kids.
I'm just getting images of Sex Machine from Dusk Till Dawn.
I think that's where they got the inspiration from. But instead of flipping upwards, it was a gun that flipped out like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know the one because I think they had it in Wild Wild West as well in the movie. There's a derringer that comes out of the belt buckle.
Oh, that you're talking about like Tom Savini's dick gun, right?
Yeah.
Master Blaster or whatever he called himself. I forget. But
No, Sex Machine. He called himself Sex Machine.
oh, Sex Machine. My bad. Master Blaster's someone else. He's from Mad Max. My bad.
Yep. And speaking of sex machines, we've got Sexy Monkey saying a train set with a wooden track, I think.
Demented Picture says horror doesn't have to be horror related, but yeah, I had the Ghostbusters ones. I had a toilet that would attack people.
Yeah.
Called Pearson Flush.
Where I'm pretty sure they also use that in Look Who's Talking 1 or 2 when they're trying to potty train in, because the toilet ends up growing eyes, a mouth, a tongue, and goes,
Yeah.
feed me pee-pee!
That's disturbing, but funny.
I still have my Ghostbusters figures, but they're in somewhere. Deacon, I'm going to have a route for those Boglins and send them to you.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it, dude, and you don't even have to worry about it.
I want to, because they're in a bag. I just want to give you the forewarning, right? These smell. It's must. I think it's that the rubber is breaking. They're in fantastic condition, but there's just a smell of degrading rubber and shit coming off them, and I don't know why.
I suppose the best thing to do is say don't ship them because they might be stopped as a biohazard.
Yeah, I'll wrap them in enough stuff. Hello.
She's back.
She's back. She's the band behind the mask.
We have demented pictures. We have demented pictures saying, "I think I still have an original Boglin in the box. I've got one here."
You have to work them into a video, dude, or even do your monster. Have you done a monster guide on the Boglins actually?
No, not yet.
I'm saying, dude, definitely if you can, incorporate that into the Ghoulies video, because they look like the Ghoulies a little bit.
I'm going to have to redo the Ghoulies video anyway, so these will play a part, because I finished all the recording. I was about to load it up, so I do the editing, and that's when I realised I didn't plug in my microphone.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
So you've got all the ambient sounds in my lounge from the PC and everything. It's like, oh, crap.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
But don't worry, all I've got to do is figure out how to take one out of a jar, because he's the most brightly coloured one.
Sadie, is that ramen?
Yes, it is.
I love ramen.
All right, quick question, you two. Well, everyone. If I had to put one of these two away, which one should it be? Because I've got to put one in the jar to replace the colourful one.
I would say the guy that's more wrinkly. I'd keep out the other guy because he looks a lot more animated. Yeah, that guy looks. Keep that guy out.
Yeah.
I agree with Trash.
Yeah, keep the guy on the left out and the one on the right, put him in the jar.
All right, in that case, I'll be back in a minute and I will show you the one in a jar. Well, once it's out of the jar.
I swear my grandma used to have a mug that looked like those things.
Wait, Sadie, I think I know the one you're talking about. They used to it wasn't my grandmother. It was my grand aunt had a mug, but it was an old person's face, and her face was just all scrunched up, kind of babushka looking fucking chick.
Oh, Sasha, I would have been so pissed, man. I would have been if I was in that position.
Yeah, that is a terrible mistake.
Because I love the Goonies, man. I would have been so pissed. I love the Ghoulies too, but it's like
But the Goonies is a classic.
the Goonies is my favorite movie of all time. There's no beating it for me.
My friend, for the longest period of time, thought Sloth actually looked like that. He thought that was an actor. He thought he was a special needs actor they got.
I mean, it's plausible.
He was like, why don't I put that poor guy in more movies? So it's like,
Thank God he wasn't born now. He would have been that dude that's like, hashtag put Sloth in movies 2020.
justice for Sloth.
Yeah.
I forget I'm so short.
Sadie, Demented says, damn it, now I want ramen with English crumpets.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, see,
yeah,
the chain continues. They talked about chicken and made me hungry, and then I made noodles, and now you're hungry.
that guy's almost gremlin-like. I think it's the other guys have ears as well. But I don't know what the shape of that guy's ears, they're more gremlin-like.
Yeah, I also had to
I
recolor
like his
him.
little tooth.
Yeah. I like the tribal markings on them.
Yeah, so I got a few of these little buggers.
Have you had them since you were like super small? Or are they thrift shop finds or?
I used to have the entire collection of the puppets when I was younger. I had all of them. And then one year, let's just say things happened. They ended up being destroyed. And now these ones are ones I've picked up over the years just to try and replace them.
Nice.
A part of my childhood I don't want to let go of.
Rightfully so.
Mark is mad to fucking rouse up the whole Godzilla King Kong debate.
Oh. Are we gonna do that or?
Oh my
Come
god!
on, Frenchie, you're like a puppy who's trying to fucking eat someone's fucking lunch. So go first. Just go for it, man. Go on, tear into it.
In that case,
Okay.
Before he continues, I'm going to be referee. So I will sit there and say, right, back to your corners.
Okay,
right.
Should I go first or should Mark go first? Mark,
Trenchie,
I'll let you go first, man.
Go on.
No, by all means, go, T. By all means, go. Because you're the King Kong supporter.
I like how Mark's sitting there and being like, okay, amuse me.
He's sitting there like a cat with a mouse going, I'm going to play with you for a minute.
No, I'm not cannibalistic on his series.
Yes,
There is a glimmer of hope for you, and then I'm going to dash it away at the last second, is what his face says.
No, I'm just tired of hearing this debate.
Well, we all know Kong won. Kong already won. He already beat Godzilla's ass. He sent him back into the ocean.
It was fucking Frankenstein.
Oh, go Mark.
Yes.
Yes.
They gave King Kong powers that he did not normally have. That was Frankenstein.
It was fairly shanky that King Kong was using fucking electricity, in fairness. If they gave King Kong fucking electric powers in the movie.
Therefore, Godzilla would fry King Kong and have roasted gorilla for dinner.
Do we know that Godzilla can burn King Kong? Yes, he has very much power. But King Kong, forget, King Kong's a gorilla, man.
King Kong
a regular gorilla.
Check for burns.
Oh,
wait. So,
being the devil's advocate, Mark, right? In Kong Skull Island, Sam Jackson and those Vietnam-era Marines ladled an entire lake with napalm, then ignited it, and it seemed to have little to no fucking effect on the big monkey bastard. So, like,
thank you.
Okay, but that is new. Okay, we're talking new King Kong.
Okay.
Okay.
Before we, Ooh,
what we
Mark.
are referencing. By all means, Deacon.
Go
Wait a sec.
for it, Deacon.
Right. Mac has expressed interest to coming in and actually debating this with Mark.
Wait, who's gonna help me?
Mac, the person who proposed it in the first place in the chat, has said he's willing to come on the stream and debate it.
Yes,
Okay,
let's tag team.
right, Matt.
No.
I will give you the link and let you come in. But my run rule is don't be a dick to anyone. That's all. Civil converse, any fucking piss taking, anything like that, out of here faster than a snot off a fucking iron. Right, so I'm gonna drop the
Matt,
link here.
This is
Okay.
gonna be
Okay.
good.
Before we get Matt here, I want to say one thing. So all Godzilla has on King Kong is the fire. If you had a regular silverback gorilla versus a Komodo dragon, who do you think would win that fight? I'm going with the gorilla.
The Komodo dragon.
Oh, why do you think
The gorilla's done?
Hey, how
Okay,
are
we have
the
Jack in
gorilla
the chat.
can
Wait,
Mac, go on, go for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start off by saying like Godzilla, like that's my favorite. Like I prefer the movies like over Kong. I'm just saying like based off like a scientific, like because I've researched it, man. Like just look at it. Godzilla, like he's just so stiff. He doesn't have any kind of range of motion. King Kong is quick and explosive, and he has a mind and like thumbs and stuff. He's gonna come in there with like a game plan to like strategize. Whereas, like, I don't get me wrong, I love Godzilla, but I mean he's a troglodyte. He's seek and destroy whatever he fights what he gets mad at. He fights like with emotion, whereas King Kong fights with his heart. He fights like for a good purpose and stuff. Like King Kong, yeah.
I get what you're saying back. King Kong has simian intelligence and dexterity on his side, whereas Godzilla's more primordial. But you have to factor in as well. Godzilla has reptilian plated armor. He has a. Are we talking about? Are we talking about now the new fucking what's the fucking subsidiary of Universal and Warner Brothers? Legendary. Are we talking about the legendary Kong and Godzilla now? We need to establish that first.
Man, I mean, we can if you. I mean, Kong was a teenager though in Skull Island.
He still has a fucking shitload of growing to do.
Yeah.
In that movie.
Should we restrict it to movies pre-2000? That way we can keep it to when Kong was supposed to be at his strongest and when Godzilla was more evenly powered.
Okay, Deacon. Then we're going to have to fucking tighten stuff up. So are we going to be going with the Toho King Kong, the guy in the big monkey suit, or are we going to go with the Universal RKO King Kong, which is the stop motion one?
Oh no, we're going with like athletic Kong, the big monkey Kong, like beating on his chest like angry Kong.
You're talking CGI Kong instead of Kong in the costume. So yeah, one particular movie.
I would like to wait. Are we talking about Peter Jackson King Kong then?
Yeah, I would say keep it within the Toho Studio King Kong and Godzilla.
Yeah, I would definitely say like whenever Kong was at his most like aerodynamic, like that's what we need to go like base it off of.
Well, the fucker was knocked out and carried off with balloons, if that's what you mean by aerodynamic.
Well, just like the range in motion, just like how he's so like athletic and limber and stuff. Like Godzilla is just so stuck in the mud, he's stiff.
In that case, you're definitely talking about the movie where Kong is CGI.
Yeah, we're going to have to go with.
Well, what about Jeff Bridges? Jeff Bridges, 1976. I mean, Kong wasn't no joke in that movie either.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay.
But the only thing I don't like about that is that like you see Kong like climbing buildings where Godzilla's like stepping on them, right? Like so even that's like kind of a weird like thing.
Yeah, very strange size comparison. And in that condition, Kong wouldn't win. He'd be too small.
Yeah, he'd be like Godzilla's massive, whereas
I mean, but
Godzilla can crush
but
buildings.
even then, I wouldn't want to count him out just because. Like a chimpanzee is like way smaller than us, but like you know, you ain't gonna just go messing around like with a
Chip
you know,
has a woman's face once, so yeah.
like you get Kong angry enough, he could mangle you apart. Like, you know, he has fingers and stuff.
Okay.
But in that movie, the size comparison is. Ooh, after you, Mark.
Kong cannot do enough damage to Godzilla because of Godzilla's regenerative abilities. Therefore, Godzilla would win. He's way bigger than Kong, and he would burn King Kong to a cinder.
I got a question though. Is like, how strong is Godzilla's armor? Because King Kong was ripping through planes, which is steel. So could King Kong rip through Godzilla's armor? That's the question.
To answer your question, Trenchy, Mecha Godzilla could barely pierce his armor with missiles.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
The other thing is we have to establish which Godzilla we're talking about, because if we're going to be even talking about fucking Shin Godzilla, that's a whole other fucking animal. They have to drop a fucking notepad.
Which Godzilla was the one that was jumping around, dancing and stuff, like showing out? Like that's because
that's it.
That's Toho Godzilla.
That's Toho Godzilla during the comical era where they became more child friendly.
All right, but even that Godzilla might have a chance because you see how limber he is. He has more range of motion. He's more aerodynamic than like the stiff freaking just like T-Rex arm. Like, I don't know. Like, it would be real tough, I think, for Godzilla.
I mean,
because like Kong, he could do so much. He could choke. You know, he could choke him like with his hands. He could grab his tail and like, you know, like it would just be so tough. It would be.
If we're using that size comparison where it's a 1970s King Kong versus the 1970s Godzilla, then King Kong would be the equivalent of a spider monkey against a alligator. So yeah, one of them's not going to win.
You need to measure up. You need to get something in the exact proportions. I want to get Sadie's opinion on this. Sadie, who would your money be on if you had to pick?
I was on the fence in the beginning, and I'm still super on the fence. But I love the thought of I've never heard in this argument before just thumbs being used as a advantageous thing for King Kong, and I'm like, oh, good point. I like that.
Because think of it, he can grab. He was using weapons, dude. He could grab a street pole. You know, he could grab a stick or something and like beat the beat the tar out of him.
Could he pull the fucking spire off the top of the what's the biggest fucking
Empire State Building?
Yeah, could he pull that fucking thing off and shove it up Godzilla's hole? I wonder.
I mean, it's too, because with like Godzilla usually is portrayed as an animal. Well, King Kong, he's an animal, but he has been shown to have human thought processes. He can actually like plan out a fight, like Mac was saying. That I think the big equivalent is King Kong going to be able to outstand Godzilla's fire? Because Godzilla's a dragon, he can breathe fire. That's the only thing.
Well, not only any kind of fire. I am pedaling back on my napalm thing. Yes, he can withstand the napalm, but keep in mind, Godzilla has radioactive flames.
Yeah, that's not typical fire. That's radioactive.
Yeah, it's basically you're having Chernobyl vomited on you. It's
that's what it is the equivalent of. Yeah,
it's technically the equivalent of plasma, a hyperconductive heated material, which is a combination of air, water, earth, and radiation.
Okay, one thing, isn't King Kong radioactive himself?
There has to be something wrong with him, right? Like there's something.
No. Look, the majority of the explanation is he's a prehistoric throwback.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
King
different.
Kong is not
He's a
radioactive.
prehistoric throwback. There's no
But
kind of man meddling with nature. Khan in nearly all iterations has been a prehistoric, a gigantopithecus, a species
He's
of
a big
gigant,
basically.
so
which
okay,
was
so
lost.
which would mean that he survived the Big Bang theory. He survived it. He survived that Big Bang. So Kong,
You mean the KT event that wiped out the dinosaurs?
yeah, like if Kong was the last that was left, that means that like if a meteor wasn't able to take him out, like he could probably take some plasma, like.
Although Mac, I'd say Khan was evolved after it. There was no
Oh,
man
okay,
at
okay.
the time. I think he just.
Yeah,
I think the Skull Island species were just kind of fucked onto the same continent by accident. Like if you read, I don't know if I'm going to use this as a proper source, but if you read the Natural History of Skull Island by Peter Jackson, it says Khan species wasn't native to the island. They came from Central Asia.
Uh,
Oh shit.
here's how I see it, though. I see it as I compare it to the Rocky and Dolph Lundgren fight in a way. You got one competitor with all the advantages, everything's going for him. He's a fucking machine. He's unstoppable. And then you have the other guy
What you
who's
see
young,
King Kong is.
heart. He has more heart, and that's kind of how I see it in a way. Because King Kong definitely does have that heart and will on his side.
Yeah, but according to your own words, King Kong outclasses Godzilla in every area except for his atomic breath, and that's not.
Well,
What?
I'll say Godzilla has the advantage in the water. That's about it. Like on land, it's a toss up. Like I mean, it's because that's King Kong's like playground right there.
I
Just
can
to
guarantee one thing,
int-
guys. When the new movie comes out, they will be at loggerheads. But I fucking guarantee you, some other big bad's going to turn up, and the two of them are going to end up teaming up.
They better team up.
I guarantee it.
I know.
I
And
think
the
it would be
new
a
one-
perfect time for King Ghidorah to show up since he wasn't in or come back.
I want King
And
Caesar.
I can see Mecha King Ghidorah coming back because the after credit sequence has Charles Dance fish one of the heads out of the
Yeah.
What were you saying, Deacon?
Oh, the only thing that I was going to say was if you are talking about the 1970s version of King Kong and Godzilla, then that one, Godzilla also had heart because he protected humans. Humans could call upon him to fight monsters.
Mm-hmm.
He became the hero of the people, whereas King Kong in those movies was not a hero of the people. He was a hero of the jungle.
Very, very true. Very true. In the end, you're probably right, Mark. You're probably right that Godzilla was usually.
Lads, I love Demented Pictures comment. Did you notice there was always justice for Harambe, but never justice for Barney?
Because Barney is terrifying.
I love you. You love me. We are one big family. Now I'm going to take you around the shed and don't tell your mother because we're going to have a little bit of bugger.
Oh,
Oh,
No,
God.
who would you say? Who are you think you'd like to see in the new Kong and Godzilla movie, Deacon? That's what I was referring to.
Oh, what? Who would I pick? Who would win
Yeah.
in the new Godzilla? And
Since we're flooring the topic, why don't we just get everybody, go have a round robin of discussion?
I think Marty's pretty much on the nose there. It's going to be a fight where both of them get exhausted to the point where one of them looks like they might win, the other one looks like they might win, but then a bigger bad's going to come along, interrupt the fight, and you're never going to get a conclusion.
Do you know who I'd love to turn up? King fucking Caesar. That big fucking dash hound looking bastard.
Yeah. Oh, I've got
that a woman has to sing a song 15 minutes. I want that 15-minute long song where the woman has to sing to a mountain for King Caesar to come out. King Caesar, Caesar.
I don't think this is gonna happen. But what I want to happen is Godzilla and King Kong are going at it, and then all of a sudden Mothra comes in, breaks them up, and is like, "Yo, we gotta go fight this." And those
Cthulhu,
three
yeah.
team up.
Depends if enough times pass for Mothra to regenerate, because in the last movie, she did sacrifice her life, turned herself into dust to
Yeah.
help King Kong.
Oh, but she had laid an egg.
Wait,
She had actually laid an egg.
I'm trying to look up what's that one with the hook hands? The you know who I'm talking about?
Gigantic.
Yeah, dude, put him in there.
Bring
That
back
would be-
Mothra.
Gigon would be badass.
Gigan.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
would be interesting.
what's the plant one? The one that gets made with...
Violante.
I'd like to see that
Violante.
one. That would be very, very nice.
That
Genetic...
was fucking weird because that was a scientist's daughter who had died. That he he put her genetic code into a rose, then mixed the rose with fucking Godzilla's genetic code, and it came back as this big rose fucking crocodile thing.
Yeah.
I would say, have King Kong and Godzilla go at it, and then have Destroyer show up.
Or we could have what Demented Pictures has just said. I want to see King Kong vs Godzilla at the peak of the battle. Dr. Phil begins to mediate.
Yeah!
Dude, that would make it
The
worse.
problem here is you're not willing to listen to each other. You need to listen to each other.
See, you're too cold-blooded and you're too apeshit.
You can blast everything you want, but here, buddy, I'm from Texas, and you can't get away with that here in my.
I'm actually from Texas. I'm in Texas. Shit. What the fuck?
Do you know who I'd love to fucking turn up, guys? Destroyer! Yeah, you can't pronounce it Destroyer because Toho tried to copyright the word Destroyer. They couldn't, so they now pronounce it Destroyer. And yeah, it's fucking brilliant. That thing is fucking. I love Destroyer. Destroyer! It's Destroyer! Yeah, that's the way you have to say it. It sounds like I'm nearly having a heart attack every time I say it, but I don't say Destroyer! Destroyer!
I don't know if I know which one Destroyer is.
Oh my god! Destroyer looks like if the alien queen fucked a kaiju, then fucked a giant crab, then fucked Satan.
I'm looking at it right now. Holy shit.
Do you agree with my surmisation, Mac?
Yeah, that looks pretty fucking wicked.
Destroyer is one of the best Godzilla villains ever.
That was a good ass movie.
The thing is, when he gets injured, he breaks down into smaller kaijus and attacks.
Yeah.
I really want to get back into the Godzilla franchise. It's just there's so many movies. It's hard to really, watch them and stuff. It's hard to jump into that franchise again.
Yeah, you have to figure out which timeline you want to follow and then pick the right movies for that timeline. Otherwise, it gets a bit jumbled.
Where do you even watch them? Like, where can you watch them?
I have the whole series. But there's... I'm sure you look...
There's box sets just released by Criterion, but there's one that's like a coffee table book filled with fucking DVDs. It costs a fucking arm and a leg. Internet and piracy would probably be the best fucking bedfellows for finding those movies.
Oh,
Hey,
Bronco
Brad.
Juggalo! Funny shots fired. I like
Hey,
it.
Brad.
Hello.
There was this one Godzilla movie I used to like as a kid, but it's like this kid's like being picked on it or something, and like he has like these he has like the flashbacks of the little Godzilla turning up and stuff. Dude, that was a cool little movie.
Dude, I do show up on your stream. I came in Friday night.
That's
you
why I
were
said-
busy chatting though.
Comical shots fired. It's all good. Everyone's friendly here.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had so many of them on VHS. I just can't
the one movie you're talking about though is Godzilla on Monster Island.
Monster
Ooh.
Island.
Yeah, I think that is it. Let's see.
But yeah, no, I look at the end of the day, I'm with Deacon. I don't think we're going to have a proper resolved battle
No.
Oh no, I know, Brad. I am calling over to your channel as well. I'm not ignoring you. I hope you don't think I am. But yeah, there's going to be fucking a throwdown, all right. Some big bad's going to turn up. It's never going to be resolved. Go on, Deacon.
And to make it a bit of a throwback, if a silverback gorilla was able to get the jump on a Komodo dragon, then the gorilla would win. But if the Komodo dragon was aware of the gorilla and the gorilla was not aware of the Komodo dragon would win.
Or what if they were both aware? What if it was a head-on battle?
If it was a head-on battle, then they would both die because the gorilla would end up being bit with a venomous bite that would kill, and the Komodo dragon would have its head crushed.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. I do agree with Mark that Godzilla probably has that shit, but in the end of the day, I think it's more fun to see King Kong win because he's the underdog. Again, to my Rocky kind of like Rocky thing. He's kind of like, you know, he's the underdog. Don't expect him.
I'm just coming from it like at a standpoint. I can't see how Godzilla would win. I just can't. Like he's too. Just the depiction they have of him now, like he's clumsy, he's just stiff and stuff.
Do you know what I do to fuck with the audience? Have them fuck each other. Just have like
ending no one saw coming.
Yeah.
If you are talking about the recent movie with Godzilla in it saying, oh, he's lumbering, oh, he's slow, please remember they detonated a nuclear bomb next to his head and he was still able to shake it off.
Yeah, he's durable. I'll give you that. He's durable. He's got a good center.
If you're talking newer Godzillas, Shin Godzilla is newer than the last Godzilla movie.
Shin Godzilla is fucking amazing.
Shin Godzilla is a beast.
Yeah, so with the Godzilla, I'll give you. Yeah.
Would you guys? Oh, my bad, Deacon. Sorry, I didn't.
No, after you, dude.
No, I was just gonna say, Brad gave me an idea. Would you guys like? I think it's still on YouTube. Would you guys like to do a Godzilla versus King Kong watch along?
It is on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
But do you know what, Trenchy? Can we wait for Ethel because Ethel wanted to watch that as well?
No, definitely would not. I would definitely not want to leave Ethel out. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry, Deacon.
Where will we get all the extra fun facts if Ethel's not there? Deacon doesn't know all the fun facts.
She knows her kaiju flicks.
Yeah, I think Ethel would turn up, but I think she's having internet issues.
Yeah, that's what it
she's
sounded
not a
like.
folk, dude. She probably has her internet disbanded because she's moving to Texas.
One part to look out for in Godzilla versus King Kong. My favorite part of that whole movie is these two guys are like flying in a helicopter, and one of them sees Godzilla, and like the look on his face, it's gold, man. Like I don't know, it was perfectly acted, and it was hilarious. I laugh. I have to back that part up like a dummy each time, like over and over, and listen to it. It's so funny.
The thing I love as well, because obviously it's a guy in a suit. Godzilla picks up a tram, and he's looking for some chick, and he takes the chick out of the tram, and because it's a little doll, and they obviously couldn't get the right scale, the doll is about the size of the tram when he takes her out of it.
And Bronco has just chimed in saying, realistically, Zilla would win, but he likes Kong better. I think at the end of the day, just due to size difference, radioactivity, armament, the breathing of plasma, and the ability to withstand most nuclear blasts, unfortunately, Kong would get his ass kicked because he doesn't regenerate as fast, he can be wounded, doesn't have armor. The only thing he's got on his side is strength and speed. And against Godzilla, that's not big enough. Like, he's just not big enough to do any damage to him.
Well, strength and speed, but he has a mind too. Like, you know, he can come up, like he can use weapons and stuff. That's why I'm like, he can use things, his environment to his advantage. Like,
yeah, that's why I think I could see him tearing the spire off the Empire State Building and just like Peter and Zilla would have.
Did you guys see what Demented said?
If you're sticking to the original characters, Khan is only maybe 30 foot tall. Gojira is well over 100 feet. That's like Jason Momoa versus Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. Peter Dinklage
Jason
like,
Momoa
he's
versus Peter Dinklage would be funny.
But if we're looking at real
I'm
world
just saying, if
equivalents-
Peter Dinklage could climb buildings and jump 30 feet high, it would be tough for.
James Crawford.
yeah,
That's
It's
who we need
awful.
for a twins remake: Jason Momoa and Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, that would be perfect, Sadie.
I would watch the fuck out of that.
Oh, hashtag that. Twins remake Dinklage Momoa.
dude. We gotta start doing that on Twitter and shit. And like,
For sure. Might as well make this writer's room like maybe pan out someday, you know?
Yeah.
What was his name in Game of Thrones? I can't believe I forgot it.
Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion.
Drogo. Called Drogo?
Tyrion
Yeah.
Lannister. That's
Oh,
right.
Tyrion, yeah.
Yeah, Jason Momoa was called Drogo, and Peter Dinklage was Tyrion Lannister.
It always confused me because his dad was like Tywin, or his dad like had
Yeah.
a real like a
Tywin.
similar. Yeah, it was like a similar name. Yeah, that show was that show went hard, man. What did y'all think of
books
the
are
final
great.
Sorry?
Yep.
What did y'all think of the final season of Game of
I-
Thrones?
The last
haven't
two
seen
episodes disappointed the shit out of me.
I could by season 5, I could kind of tell how Daenerys was going to end up.
She was going kind of war wacky, all right, when she crucified
Yeah,
all.
she was. You could just see her slow descent into madness.
I know that, but I haven't seen the season, so I don't know all the details. But I do know the Daenerys twist.
Yeah, we'll skirt around it because if someone hasn't seen it and wants to watch it,
Yeah.
spoilers.
Well, for those who wanted a better conclusion to it in the books, you're never going to get it.
Well, George R. R. Martin's still working on the book, so we're probably never going to get an end to
Yeah,
the series
but
anyway.
Frenchie could reinforce Deacon's point. Do you know how the books will end? A coronary, because George R. R. Martin's in his 70s and weighs a fucking ton. That's how the
Yeah.
fucking books are going to end.
Basically, you know how we're still waiting for the book, I think it's Winter Comes, and then Song
Yeah,
of
the
Summer?
second to last book. Yeah.
Right. He, out of a supposed 57 chapters that he has been commissioned to write, he has written 5!
I know. The motherfucker needs to hurry the fuck up. He's a brilliant writer, but Jesus.
Like, chances are the fucking, like, you know, there are people struggling to get the COVID vaccine, and there's other people struggling to get the fucking last Game of Thrones book. It's a fucking, it's a toss up between which might actually come out sooner.
Mhm. Exactly.
But to circle the point back just quickly, King Kong using tools against Godzilla. I can understand that. The problem is if you use an equivalent, which is a human being versus a Komodo dragon, the human being is going to lose no matter what tools or tactics that they use.
Yeah.
What if you shoot a fucking spear in a Komodo dragon's head?
Yeah, but
You better have very good aim because they can travel at 35 miles per hour over land.
they're big
And
too. Yeah, they are big. They're like
they've got a bite that is the equivalent of 500 pounds per square inch. They've got razor sharp claws. They weigh about the same amount as a human. And their bite is also very venomous, which means the only way that you're going to survive it without getting a medication within the next hour is to have that body part amputated.
Not only that, not only are they highly toxic, but they're when they bite, their saliva gets into the wound, and their saliva is filled with millions of infections from all the rotted meat they've eaten.
ugh, man,
Yeah,
just
see,
a bunch of junk, right? Ugh.
Yeah, so unfortunately, a sapien versus a Komodo dragon or even a large reptile of a similar description, the simian isn't going to really do well. They might get some lucky hits in, but they would have to be very quick, very accurate, and set up a major game plan with traps.
Deacon, may I ask you a question?
Yes?
Have Has anybody ever on record survived a Komodo dragon bite, and what was their condition afterwards?
Yes, they have survived, but their condition was having a body part either completely amputated or having large sections of their tissue removed because it causes muscle death.
Where
Okay.
are Komodo dragons located? What the hell? I'm not going there. What the? Who want to go there? This is like, damn.
The bizarre thing is, you can
Komodo
actually get
dragons
a
are
license
mainly found in Indonesia.
Indonesia, and the terrible thing is you can actually apply for a license to have one as a pet.
Wow.
They really downplayed the movie Komodo.
Oh yeah, those creatures are deadly, especially since they tend to hunt in packs instead of solitary. So you think, oh, I'm only dealing with one. No, there's usually about 6 or 7 hiding in the long grass just waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
They're the alligators and crocodiles of the land.
Yeah.
I did not know that they were that fast or that they hunted in packs. I knew the other stuff, but look, I learned something every time I hang out with you guys.
And don't cut yourself near them.
Coming under our stream so she can learn stuff.
Yeah, just don't bleed near them because they have a sense of smell for blood, which is 30 miles.
Great.
Okay.
So they just like anything that's warm. They're just like they're after it.
Yeah, if
That's
it
cool.
bleeds, they eat it. If it's got heat, they eat it.
Are they like bears then?
No,
How
they're
you sh-
large. They're large reptiles.
Well, they have
No,
the
no, 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 no.
mentality. Yeah,
In the
they have
sense that
the,
if you are on your period, you should not go out into the woods because bears can smell it and they are attracted to it. I wonder if Komodo dragons are the same way.
In Indonesia, yes, unfortunately, at least 3 females each month get taken by the Komodo dragons because they are walking down the path and they get attracted by the smell.
dude, you should totally like make a Komodo dragon documentary on your channel and just commentate. Dude, this is interesting, is it not?
Oh, trust me, there are worse things out there. The coconut crab, for instance. That is a terrifying creature.
The what?
Here we go.
Coconut crab.
Oh, the
Um,
coconut crab. Okay.
Yeah. Take a normal crab, one that you would think of that you would find in the supermarket.
Tasty, yeah.
Make it 10 times the size, so it's huge. Make it the size of a turtle. Give it a shell which is as hard as a turtle shell, so 3 times stronger than a normal crab shell. Give them pincers that have exactly the same pressure as a tiger's jaw. Give them razor sharp pincers, then give them the insatiable appetite to eat meat. If you bleed near these things, they come at you and they will rip you apart and then consume you bit by bit.
That sounds like space horror. That
Dude,
doesn't
man.
sound like here.
If you want the scariest part, they live in large colonies, which means if you attract one, you attract at least 100
You
more.
get swarmed.
So wait, once again, where are these?
Yeah, where are
coconut
those?
crabs? Yeah.
You find them in the Antarctic.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh shit.
They tend to
What?
feast on seals and stuff like that.
Whoa.
Do you know
dude.
Wait, why are they called coconut crabs?
Because when on tropical islands when they migrate, they eat nothing but coconuts.
Oh,
And
I've seen these before.
And
Yeah.
their claws are perfectly designed to coconut in, snap it straight in half.
So you can
Split
imagine
that
what
one.
they can do to a human skull.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a big theory that Amelia Earhart was actually eaten by coconut crabs.
Huh.
There's a theory because they found bones that matched her description near where her plane went down, supposedly, and they found human bones.
Oh, shit.
And they were female, measurement to her, and even found some materials that Amelia Earhart was known to have.
So damn, you think if they were hungry, man, they'd like go after you if they just like.
Yeah, once again, they're attracted by blood as well. They can smell it up to 60 feet away. So as soon as you bleed, as soon as night goes down, they swarm you because they are nocturnal.
Dude, I'm telling you, do you have a channel, Deacon?
Yes, I do.
All right, yeah. Drop a comment in the chat. I'll subscribe to you. You should totally like start a little segment of like deadly animals, like
Deadly
Deacon's
creepy
deadly
creatures.
facts.
yeah, make it scary. Have some ominous music and go on that whole like spiel you went on. That was like
Oh, there's one that's scary. It's not deadly, but it's scary as all hell. The dock spider.
I already hate spiders, man. Like, I hate any spider.
Take a spider, kind of like normal ones that you would see. Make it the size of a dinner plate. Give it 6 legs. Make the last 2 legs at the front have a pincer type grip, so that they can grab at fish and grab them out of the water and eat them. They can breathe underwater for 30 minutes. And they hunt in packs. They tend to make their homes underneath docks around the world. And they've also got a grip strength that when their legs are on you and their claws are digging into you, that you literally have to have 2 people yank on the spider to get it off you.
Wait, what is this spider called again? What the fuck?
It's called a dock spider.
A dock spider.
Yeah.
Okay.
These things will eat fish, they will eat animals, they will eat mice, and they have been known to go after toddlers if they are swimming near a dock. They are this big, this vicious, and they are not poisonous, which means they eat you while you're alive.
Deacon, are the coconut crabs docile when they're migrating, like on the island? Are they more docile? Because Demented Pictures was saying that they're more timid and slow, that they're known as.
Yeah, when they're on the island and they're migrating, this is for their reproduction period, which means they're more prone for having sex, eating the coconut, because it produces a lot more milk. It's when they are more in their natural habitat and food is more scarce and they're more concentrated on protein.
So when they're in the Antarctic, they're more violent and dangerous and scary, while they're on the island, they're more timid and, peaceful.
I think Demonic Pictures is challenging me there.
Well,
that's why I was trying to do that peacefully.
I'm going to send you a link.
He's going to send him a link.
I just have to read up here. They do eat animals when there's a short supply of fruit and veg. They've actually been known to be cannibals as well.
Yes, and if they live in the Arctic, how much food are they going to get their hands on?
Yeah, man, don't mess with Deacon. Don't challenge Deacon.
Yeah, no.
You're not going to win that battle, man.
The inner workings of goat torture.
I actually think I scared some people on Twitter. Somebody was like, "What's a fun fact you've learned recently that surprised you?" And I mentioned the goat torture, and nobody liked it. And I think I scared people, but whatever. That's what I'm into.
It's stuff that we learn.
Have you guys ever heard of a thing called an isopod?
Sounds familiar.
It's a sea lice. But what it does is it infects the fish, it removes the fish's tongue, and it replaces its tongue with itself.
Yeah.
They're fucking awesome.
World is fucking terrifying, isn't it?
It's lovely though. We're not. I like to think that we won't be the top dog the whole time.
No, but can you imagine if we had tongue parasites?
There we go, Demented Pictures. Enjoy a video of a coconut crab attacking and eating a seagull.
Ooh.
Enjoy it. Yeah, they're herbivores. Exactly.
I kind of hate seagulls, so you're making me kind of curious.
They're omnivores. Omnivores. That means they eat vegetables and meat.
And yeah.
Don't challenge the Deacon when it comes to dark stuff.
Don't fuck with Deacon, man. Don't fuck with
Deacon's
Deacon.
the Dark Lord.
The Prince of Darkness.
No, the Prince of Darkness. He's the Prince of Darkness.
And I will always prove when I am right.
This video, that sound it's making, Jesus.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta watch this after the stream.
Yeah, and people, yeah,
Dude,
imagine a bunch of them coming at you at night in the Arctic.
And you're already wounded because you were in a plane crash. That
Yeah.
even tops that off.
So yeah, you'd be meat. You'd be dinner.
And you're probably menstruating.
So demented pictures, I would recommend you do research instead of just work on what you've been told by a certain media.
Yeah, man.
yo, I haven't had a video
I
that give
do
me butterflies
implore
in a
everyone.
while. That shit
I
gave me
do-
butterflies, man.
I do implore people to keep it kind of friendly in the chat as
Yeah.
well.
I
You
do.
know,
Yeah.
no one's trying to fucking outdo anyone here or anything like that.
No, it's just if you're going to say it's out of trash, then fine. Just make sure you do your research first.
Well, he was coming at him pretty aggressively in his tone of typing. Maybe he didn't mean it like that, but the way he was typing, it was like aggressive.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
It's
He was-
no, come here. I'm not gonna fucking point fingers at anyone. I just keep
Hey,
it
can I
friendly.
Yeah,
take
no,
you
we-
guys? Can I take you guys totally off topic because it's something I thought of while I was making noodles?
yeah,
We
sure.
were
Yeah.
we were talking about Macaulay Culkin and the Good Son and stuff. Have you guys ever seen Party Monster? And if you have, what did you think of it? Because I thought it was really interesting.
I got
Is,
it.
is there a man? I think I've seen it. Is there a man from the Sarah Connor Chronicles who played John Connor in it?
Seth Green's in it. It's pretty old.
Yeah, I remember. I haven't
I
watched it.
vaguely remember it.
The documentary about the actual shit that happened is more interesting, of course. But from after watching like 2 documentaries about the actual shit that happened, the movie's actually like pretty good. It's a little campy, but I don't know. I like Macaulay Culkin.
Come here. What is his orientation? Not trying to be a dick. What is his? I knew he was married to Mila Kunis at a very early age. But
Yeah.
what is Culkin's actual orientation?
He has a girlfriend, doesn't he? Like, because I subscribed to his YouTube channel like a long time ago, like his Bunny Years podcast. Oh, it's corny as shit, but
I've seen
I
him
think-
pop up on other people's YouTube channels, but yeah, I've never really kept track of him.
Yeah, he Bunny Years. He's on. He has a channel called Bunny Years, I think.
yeah,
Someone
yeah, it's
correct
like
me.
Bunny Ears podcast. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that's it, dude. That's it. He turned up on. Yeah, I'd say you saw him on Red Letter
Red Letter,
Media.
yeah, yep.
Yeah. Rich,
I've never heard of
him and Rich fucking having some kind of weird fucking
He shows
sexual.
up on other random YouTube things though. Like the dude just pops up. He showed up on a recent episode of the Eric Andre show because some Hollywood psychic said that, oh, I'm the better looking version of Macaulay Culkin, and then they had Macaulay Culkin in like a gimp suit come out, and it was bizarre. But I was like, oh, he's
I
still
love
doing
Eric
stuff.
Andre.
He's
Mhm.
nuts.
Eric Andre is brilliant. I love where Hannibal kicked fucking Flavor Flav in the face. Oh God.
Yeah, no, that guy in the chat. There's another video of a coconut crab devouring a pig carcass, bro. You might want to like look this shit up though, because he thinks they're like herbivores. I'm like seeing some real like grisly shit like from a coconut crab.
Hey, again. Look, fuck the crabs. Don't fuck the crabs. They'll tear your balls off.
Crabs.
Don't fuck the crabs because then you end up spreading it.
Yeah.
That's how it all started, you guys. Yeah.
Does anyone remember? Does anyone remember the Pokemon movie and how some of the innuendo was going on? Like Ash and Misty are walking by 2 girls, and one of the girls is like, "Yeah, I definitely have crabbies." And
Not that in particular, but
I remember that. Vaguely enough, oddly enough, I remember that.
Pokemon passed me by. Might be monsters, but they're too cute for my liking.
they always try to make me
They're
cry at the end of the
dangerous, though.
movies too. So fuck them.
when
Dude.
Pikachu says, "I love you, Ash,"
No, we don't talk about that.
I love you, Ash. That sounds weird. Sorry.
The only thing
That
that I really know about Pokemon
Terrifying.
is the only thing I really know about Pokemon is one of the episodes had to be pulled from air and never shown again because it induced seizures in photosensitive epileptics.
Yeah, and don't
Shit.
blame
Yeah.
Porygon. It wasn't Porygon's fault. Porygon was in the frame, but it was some other Pokemon making the flash. There's a whole thing about that online.
Yeah.
Also, Deacon, later on, another episode had to be, actually, a bunch of episodes had to be pulled because of the character of Jinx.
Oh yeah,
I like
because
Jinx.
she was classed as incredibly racist because she was based
I
on
had
the
a minstrel.
19
She had a very minstrel look to
yeah,
her.
she was based on the 1920s depiction of black people in Disney cartoons. So the big lips, black.
Yeah, like some
it-
DBZ kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. How about the episode where it got pulled because Team Rocket
The cross-dressing one?
Yeah, and
Yes, I
decided
love
to have
that
the
one. It's a
best
good
impression of
episode.
Instagram.
James had bigger tits than Misty and fucking Jessie. put together.
Everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I quite liked that episode. It kind of reminded me of the episode of Trigun where they went to the onsen thing, but I don't know.
I love Trigun.
I fucking love Trigun too.
Why is this so heavy? It's so full of mercy.
Or wait, no, I'm
No,
thinking of
no.
Outlaw Star, but yes, I also love Trigun. Dude, I've always wanted to cosplay Millie because I'm quite tall. So I thought that would be kind of
Nice.
fun. Just find a shorter person to do the other bounty hunter chick.
Have you ever?
Oh, that would be funny to tell, Stevie.
Because I'm like
have
6
you
feet
ever-
tall. If I wore some boots, I could look really tall, and then I just need my little partner.
I'd be tiny next to you.
The funny thing was, Sadie, they weren't bounty hunters. They were insurance agents.
Oh yeah, that's right.
To buy off
Right.
cash. So he was destroying the entire fucking New Earth.
Yes.
Oh God.
Oh,
There's
have you
no
seen-
doubt here.
Have you seen Outlaw Star then, Trashed? Or any of you?
No.
It's a little bit before that. It's also in space. It's kind of a harem thing, but not really. But yeah, if you get a chance, if you like Trigun, you would probably like Outlaw Star. And there's a chick, one of my favorite cat girls, Aisha Clan of the Katarl, and she's just a crazy cat bitch, and I love her.
I'm going to check that out. Have any of you guys seen a show called Space Dandy?
Oh my god, I love Space Dandy.
No.
Guys,
Space
the zombie apocalypse episode is fucking brilliant.
When the first episode started, and it started with boobies,
Yeah.
boobies. I was like, yep, I'm down. I already thought it looked like some sort of Cowboy Bebop 50s space mashup, and then it started like that, and I was like, this is perfect.
Wait,
Sadie,
Sadie.
have you checked? Oh, sorry. Go on, Trenchy.
Oh no, Marty, you can go first. I was just gonna ask a question, but you can go. It's your
No,
turn.
you go. You go.
No, I was just gonna ask Sadie, were they showing boobies or were people just yelling boobies?
No, there's a restaurant in space called Boobies.
Welcome to
Oh,
Boobies!
What, was it like a play on Hooters? I wonder.
Yeah,
Like,
basically. It's
Or the titty twister.
Sadie, have you checked out High School Cromartie yet?
Oh yeah, dude, I used to have that on DVD back in the day. I love that anime.
Oh, this Freddie Mercury.
Mhm.
Is he even a student?
And just the whole beginning of him like, I gotta be a bad kid now because I'm in the bad kid school, and they see right through that shit.
It just turns out none of them are delinquents. They're just fucking retarded. They're just
Basically, and
fuckers.
scary looking.
the robot getting stabbed. Ah, that's a great one.
Man, I'm such a basic bitch when it comes to anime. Like I've watched all the basic shows. Like that's it. Like Dragon Ball Z, Death Note, some other shit in there, like Rui and Kenshin. Yeah, there's some handful of stuff I've watched. Yeah,
I mean, at least you started out well.
yeah. Cowboy Bebop, I like that show too.
Fucking Cowboy Bebop is one of the things that made me absolutely fall in love with anime.
Yo, Nightwatch, how you doing, dude?
Yeah, it has a lot
Hey,
of
man.
rewatch. Yeah.
Great soundtrack. Ooh, I have an anime suggestion for you guys. It is not like there's no giant robots or really anything, but it's about supernatural shit, and it's called Mushishi, and it has some of the best storytelling ever.
Is this where some of the characters' heads of lizards?
No. It's about this guy that travels around and helps people with like supernatural problems.
Mm-hmm.
And it weaves in a bunch of like Japanese culture, but fucking beautiful soundtrack, and you'll never I would be surprised if you guys saw half of the like endings coming. I would be utterly astonished.
I'll check it out. Is it on Netflix or Crunchyroll or?
It might be on Crunchyroll. I don't know. I do everything not legally, so I don't know.
Try Kiss Anime. Kiss Anime has a lot of stuff.
Oh, what else? Ben Grimm. I had a corgi called Ian.
Oh, I've always wanted. I've loved with. I fell in love with
Ein.
corgis
Is it
because
Ein?
of it. Yes, it's Ein. Yes, I love the mushroom samba episode when Ein eats the mushrooms and he turns into a little squeaky toy dog. Oh my god.
Oh, fucking Toys in the Attic. I love that. That's such an aliens influenced fucking episode. And it turns out just to be a sandwich. No, some kind of space lobster left in the
Yeah,
fridge
yeah.
and it mutated.
Can I do suggest a question, Marty?
Go for
It's
it.
up to you. I was gonna ask everybody what's their favorite Studio Ghibli movie, if you have seen them.
Okay, yeah.
Haven't seen them.
Oh, my bad.
No,
I just-
by all means. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't ask the question. I just or don't remember them.
I know anime just was brought up, and it's like I don't know a lot of like anime like you guys, but I know more Studio Ghibli. I do know that.
Damn, I've only watched one of his movies. I just looked them up, bro. I've only watched Spirited Away. See, I told you I'm real basic with stuff. Like,
Max, don't say that. No one's a fucking super expert on
Is it
fucking-
Princess Mononoke? Is a Ghibli
Yes!
movie?
I love
Yes.
that fucking
Yes.
movie.
I think that one's
Yeah,
probably
look
my
at-
favorite then.
totally
Yeah,
right.
no, it's fantastic.
That one is very Kurosawa. It reminds me of
Yeah.
Ran. There's like this
Yeah, that's-
supernatural thing, and then there's a whole Edo feudal kind of fucking storyline with is it Guntown or the fuck is it Guntown? Fuck it. They're being attacked by other fucking bandits and stuff, and it's a pretty good one. I know it's not Studio Ghibli, but it was entered into their library because it was their creator, Lupin. And Castle of
Third.
Cagliostro.
Lupin the Third.
I love Lupin.
I gotta see that. I haven't seen that one.
Lupin the
Great
Third is
art.
fantastic. Think of what you would if you took an anime character and set him in the 70s. That's kind of basically what you get with Lupin.
Oh yeah, it was pure kind of exploitation. Fucking dudes on a mission. You've got this fucking expert sniper. You've got a samurai. You've got a sexy female
Okay.
fucking thief, and you've got a con man. It's like Ocean's 11 meets the fucking A-Team. It's a fucking
Yeah.
a great movie.
And the soundtrack is totally 70s music or feel because that whole Lupin the Third opening is so 70s.
Even the newer versions of Lupin have been great. Like I got my sister into it by having her watch the newer ones. Oh, also speaking of Ghibli, I used to work at a nursing home, and among varying activities, I was the activities like assistant. And one time I was in charge of the movies, so I got like 12 old people to watch Howl's Moving Castle, and I was very proud of myself.
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
one.
What was their reaction?
Well, I mean, a couple of them fell asleep halfway through and then woke up for the war part, but for the most part, like once they got over the fact that it was animated, they got into the story. Some of them thought some of like the fantastical shit was kind of stupid, but for the most, they really liked that war part. That was for sure.
Some were having PTSD.
Probably.
Reminds me of that time I killed those Germans. You were in the war. No, I just killed some Germans.
I can't choose, so I have four, but it's gotta be like Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, Howl's Moving Castle, and Grave of the Fireflies are like the top of Ghibli for me.
I'll never watch Grave of the Fireflies ever again. Oh.
It fucked you up, man. It fucked you up.
Yeah, I'm about to check more of his movies out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, apparently there's so much innuendo about childhood or child sex trafficking in Spirited Away that's like layered in with cultural shit that we're not aware of, like the whole bathhouse thing. I watched a whole little mini documentary about it on YouTube. If I can find it at some point, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, there's so much innuendo in there that I was just like, oh my god, it all makes sense. I just wasn't aware.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that. That's interesting.
Yeah, like how they made her change her name when she came in and started working for the witch. Something about her name. It all ties into shit that's like just fairly common knowledge over there. That I was just like, oh wow, this got way darker.
I do think we should have another anime stream at some point. Maybe talking less, just more fun kind of stuff, and less of the adult stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all are talking Dragon Ball Z, man. I can go like deep into that.
Mark, do you have a channel, dude?
Oh yeah. Smack by the Mac. Sometimes it gets a little violent over there because I don't know. I'm like a little new to this, so I'm still learning that you can't like focus on the trolls and like get too mad and try to size like each and every one of them up.
Matt, will you throw an old link into the fucking chat there, dude? If you can. Can you throw a link into the chat?
Link.
I'm gonna grab a tasty beverage.
Even just, into the private chat.
The private chat. Okay, yeah.
Or whatever. I'm gonna sub your channel, dude. Because Shut up.
Yeah, pretty much. My channel, like my streams, like sometimes like I have a plan and like a direction, but it ends up being like a dumpster fire. It's crazy.
Mac, ultra hard donkey porn? What the fuck?
What?
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking
shit.
with you. No. I'm fucking with you.
Man, you had me worried. You had me worried too. I was like, man.
No. I'm fucking with you.
Dude, somebody I work with told me that for my 40th birthday, if we still work together, they'll get me a donkey show, and I was like, please don't. I'd rather have a bouncy castle, man.
Hey, Sadie, it's fucking interspecies erotica, you fucko.
I'm old school, I guess. I need to get up on my terms.
Mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
My uncle is actually like seen some stuff involving it. It was he was in the war, like he was like in the service and shit, and then in another country, like stationed, and they went somewhere and saw some things. But yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting fact though. He had to pay to see it. That was the worst part to me.
The worst part is the donkey probably made more money than the lady did.
It's the Mac, your grandfather's, and check out these Polaroids I got. I was like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like there was like a admission fee. Like what? Admission fee to what? Scar my life?
Curiosity will get you, man.
Oh yeah. To answer Kubrick lovers' question, that's pretty much like 2001: A Space Odyssey is arguably like my favorite movie of all time. If not, then like No Country for Old Men. It's like a toss-up.
Oh,
I have a confession. I've never made it through 2001: The Space Odyssey the whole way through.
Yeah, a lot of people. It is a tough watch for some people.
It's a hard movie to get through, but when you get to the end, it's a very rewarding movie.
It's
Yeah.
terrible when you fall asleep in the middle and then wake up at the end. It's really
Yeah,
creepy.
You've got to
Yeah.
try and treat it a bit like a soap opera. You've got to allow it to have time to queue through before you get to the end.
Yeah, I always warn people, like, because they always like, oh man, that sounds like a cool movie. Like, oh, it is 2 hours and like 40 minutes of dialogue. You know, like prepare, like get some caffeine.
Mhm.
Get that Ritalin in you because you're gonna have to pay
Oh,
attention.
yeah, Nightwatch, you're dead right. It is a trippy fucking movie. Like you're going from the evolution of humans to fucking man
It'll-
traverse in space and fucking dealing with AI.
baby!
What
It'll
trips
definitely
me out-
ruin the Daisy song for you, that's for sure.
Daisy,
Daisy,
give me
Oh,
your
question. Let me to
It's literally a
Heavy
space
Metal.
odyssey.
Did you consider it anime or do you consider an animated movie?
Which?
Heavy Metal.
Oh.
Oh, it's an animated
Oh.
movie. It's not anime. Heavy Metal its origins comes from the French comic Metal Harlot, which was brought over to the States by the guy who was running Mad Magazine. They originally just republished the original French stories, but then you had guys like Dan O'Bannon, Dan O'Bannon. Oh, I'm usually Ron Shusett, with a bunch of sci-fi writers writing really kind of fucking funky cyberpunk sex stories and fantasy. And fucking George R. R. Martin fucking wrote a couple of stories in Heavy Metal. No, not exclusively cyberpunk. There is a large element to it, but it also focused on high fantasy, erotic horror, sci-fi erotica, and yeah, a friend of mine, he was writing a story he was submitting something to Heavy Metal, and he's like, what you think? And I was reading it, it's good, but it needs tits. If you want to get into Heavy Metal, it needs tits.
In a minute, my poochie needs to go out, as you can see.
You're good, D.
But yeah, the original Heavy Metal movie, which was created by Ivan Reitman, I wouldn't call it anime. The art styles are definitely more leaning towards the European comic.
Well, isn't an anime? It has to be Japanese, right? Or
Yeah. The follow-up was Heavy Metal 2000, which starred Judy Stern. Is that her? Julia Stern?
Julie Train.
Yeah,
Julie Train.
Michael Ironside. And then there was going to be a TV show done by David Fincher, but there was an issue with the rights because David Easterman, the guy behind Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, owned the rights. So Fincher just recreated it and named it Love, Death, and Robots, which
Ooh, I love
is on
that.
Netflix.
That's a good show.
That's
I haven't
Sadie,
seen it.
that's supposed to be the Heavy Metal anthology series.
Oh.
That's what the comics would have been like, but it's heavy metal in everything but title.
Everybody's talking.
if Anthro wants to come in, I can drop out if he wants to come in here. Yeah.
Are you okay with that, Mac? Because
Yeah, no problem. He's an OG.
Dude,
I respect it, man.
come here.
It's been nice having you, Mac.
Yeah.
That's having
Yeah,
you
thank
again.
Come here. You're fucking welcome back any fucking time, dude. You have a seat at the fucking table, okay?
Yeah, and you know what, Mark? We had a good debate, man. Deacon, he kind of, I don't know, he kind of sealed the deal with the whole Komodo dragon talk. Like I don't know. I started to kind of second guess everything. That was a good talking point, though. I like that. But anyways, man, you guys take care, man.
Mac, before you go, right? I gotta ask, like Godzilla versus King Kong, who'd put out first?
Who would?
Who'd put out first? Who'd get to reach around first?
Oh man.
Who'd be the witch and who'd be the bitch?
Shit. I don't know. That's a tough one.
That'll be the next debate. When you come back, we'll debate that next.
Yeah. We'll debate that next
better
time.
sexual prowess?
Until then, guys, you've been smacked by the Mac. I'm out.
See you later, Dave.
Stay frosty.
Andrew, you are more than welcome in.
Hey guys, speaking of heavy metal, have any of you seen is it Fire and Ice? Old
Yes.
No.
movie. Okay, I love that
Ralph-
movie because Frank Frazetta, the artist, is
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
amazing.
It's essentially a Conan-esque story with I think Ralph Bashki directed it. If it was animated and had tits and wasn't anime in the 70s and 80s, it was Ralph Bashki. And what it is
Oh, yeah.
some dude is trying to get back his chick and he has to team up with some other it's been ages since I've seen it. Some other dude, White Wolf or Dark Wolf or Night Wolf or I fucked
Night
the
Wolf
wolf.
Mortal Kombat.
He's like the classic artist of the chicks drawn on the side of vans and the guys with the swords or like on motorcycle tanks. Like
Sadie, Frazetta was he was one of the biggest inspirations for the re-establishment and redesign of Conan the Barbarian, because up until then Conan was just Robert E. Howard had Conan as this skinny malink of a fucking dude just fucking thieving. He wasn't a barbarian until Frazetta got his hands on him and made him more bulk and buff, and like Frazetta went on to influence a bunch of right there. I'll be right back. Oh my spine!
Fire and Ice is cool though because you can pause the movie at literally any moment and it looks like just some cool fantasy art.
Nice.
Plus, it's got the classic, half naked chick with like a panther and like cool shit like that.
Fuck yeah, I'm in.
So
Sorry,
I
enjoy it.
got this off my friend for a packet of cigarettes. It's Frazetta's the warrior elf. There was he done a series of figures.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna,
Yeah, you might as well maximize yourself, dude. There we go. Oh, I like it.
But yeah, that's based
Wow.
on the Frazetta painting. But yeah, he's plastic. He's not like fucking bronze or anything like that.
No, but still,
But,
that's
yeah,
cool. That's
It-
really
it was-
cool.
It was if it wasn't for Frazetta, we would have never gotten a Schwarzenegger-esque Conan. So up until then, I actually love I do love pulp writers like Lovecraft, but my favorite is Robert E. Howard. Although I'm slightly disconcerted by Robert E. Howard because I share a lot of traits with him, and he ended up shooting himself in his car.
Let's hope you
when
don't
he's
share
not
that
perfect.
trait, shall we? Let's hope you
Huh?
don't share. Let's hope you don't share that trait, shall we?
No,
Learn
I-
from
I
his
hope
mistakes,
not.
yes.
But,
No, that's like
he-
finding your favorite writer and finding out the same thing. Like, oh, I identify with them so much, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
It's just-
identify with this writer so much, and then all of a sudden I find out he made a sunroof in his car by accident.
he, like
Well-
the thing was he was very close to his mum, and it fucked up his relationship, and just he found it very hard to adjust when she passed away, and he was great. The community loved him. He brought loads of people into the fucking community, but he also suffered from paranoid schizophrenia.
Oh god, yes, that can cause
That'll
havoc.
do it.
Yeah.
Oh
He
no. Oh no.
His friend called over. Actually, it was Robert Bloch who called over to his house, and there was a smell of shit everywhere because he hadn't gotten up from the typewriter because he was afraid Conan was going. He thought Conan was sitting behind him and cut off his head, so he basically stayed put. To make
He did a King
matters worse,
Henry.
he used to think that there was a barbarian horde coming up the street, so he'd go out the street with a pump-action shotgun and unload. Neighbors, people who had moved into the neighborhood didn't realize this and called the police. The police arrived and said, "Oh, that's just Robert. He does this from time to time." But he is. I would love to see a biopic with him because he was good friends with Robert Bloch. He got H.P. Lovecraft out of his shell. He saved H.P. Lovecraft's life in a bar when it was I think it was a convention, a pulp magazine convention, and Lovecraft went into a bar, and a local kind of bar in New York, of all fucking places, and declared that the dregs of society had come in on ships and were wrecking the. He also used the term Enerith Horde. I'm not pronouncing it properly, but you can know what Enerith stands for. And he was about to be beaten within the inch of his life. Howard stepped forward and said, "I'll buy you all drinks, or I can beat the shit out of you with a bar stool." And they're like, "Okay, we'll take the drink." He's a big fucker too, big Texan, big motherfucker.
My dog wants to be part of the show.
Oh,
Hi.
Let me go and close my door. Let me go and close my door, Elfie. Cheeky mutt. What are you? You're cheeky.
sorry for going on that rant. I just,
What story did that guy write, Martin? Like, what was he like? What he
Conan the
write?
Barbarian. He wrote
Me,
Conan
baby.
the Barbarian.
Oh, okay. My bad.
The original.
That was-
No, there's-
I-
there's
Exactly
so much.
where I'm
Yeah.
sitting.
But I said he was saying that he wrote Conan, but we have Rosetta to thank for what Conan looks like now. And Rosetta's
Gotcha.
art, as Sadie said, was fucking second to none.
Rosetta's art in general is just beautiful.
Yeah. Oh.
You happy now?
Okay.
Right on then.
Antro, any topics or anything you want to bring up? I'll stick around for one more hour if you guys want to stick around, because
Hell yeah.
it's I can stay out till 3 because I'm not fucking gonna die if I keep on doing the dog and fucking staying up.
Yeah. Well, while we're on the topic of like comic art and sort of pop art and that sort of thing, in the vein of like Rosetta and that sort of thing, what are other artists in that vein that you really like? Because I'm a big fan of Basil Gogos, who did like the famous Monsters of Filmland covers, and he did all the like really these paintings of all these like black and white classic horror characters, but in like really, really vibrant, like almost psychedelic like color schemes. And Rob Zombie then later hired him to do the cover art for Hellbilly Deluxe because he loved that art style so much. I'm just in love with his stuff.
I feel like I've definitely seen it before, but the name is not known to me, so I'm definitely gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, I mean his influence is everywhere, so you've probably seen something.
I definitely know the Rob Zombie cover, but I feel yeah.
That cover is basically like an homage to all these classic Monster magazine covers that the guy did.
If you get a chance, check out the artwork of Les Edwards.
All right.
If anyone wants to know who he is, there used to be a board game out called Hero Quest, and he used to do fantastic covers for some of the newer. Well, I say newer. What was the 90s, the late 80s, early 90s D&D books, and he done covers for Hero Quest as well. So
Ooh.
Nice.
have you seen it?
I think so. I've seen a lot of different D&D art, and some of the earlier incarnations have a really cool style to them. So it might have been him, but I'm not certain.
D&D art just makes me think of Magic the Gathering art, which is like, I don't know names, but God, they do have some beautiful art.
Yes, they do. It's definitely very mixed with Magic the Gathering in terms of style.
Yeah.
I think that's because it gets pulled from different artists who get to submit cards, whereas with D&D they have to submit the monster and then it's drawn in the style of the magazine, of the actual book.
But kind of moving into Magic the Gathering because of that, does anyone else like play Magic the Gathering? But if you have you like ever done like themed games before, because one time my friend and I had just watched Underworld, so we decided to try and do a vampires versus werewolves thing and just compile as many different like vampire and vampire-esque cards into one deck, and then werewolf and like nature type stuff into another, and then
Andrew, have you ever tried playing the Vampire the Masquerade tabletop or RPG?
I have always wanted to. It's right up my alley.
Have you seen the artwork for the books?
It's
in the books.
beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love it.
Actually,
See-
guys,
see-
open topic: board games that you suggest or you want more people to check out.
Ooh.
Quantanauts.
Not my area of expertise.
Yeah. Okay, I've got one.
Oh, no! It doesn't have to be board games. It can be card games. It can be.
Quantanauts. It's a game where you're time travelers and you've got a specific mission to change something in the past, and you play against other players who are also trying to change something in the past, but something different. So you have to try and outdo each other via a card game.
Fun.
Have you guys ever played that werewolf card game where you got it's like around the room and one person's a werewolf, another person's
Oh yeah,
like a
I have
peasant?
it. It's basically you have to guess. You have to guess who. It's like who worships Cthulhu. It's find out who the werewolves are, and it's basically a witch hunt game.
Yeah, basically. There's one for vampires as well, and one character gets to be the Renfield and
Cool.
and help the vampires. But my favorite part of the original werewolf game is that there's the character of the Tanner who is suicidal, and his goal is to get himself killed.
Yeah, that is true. It's an awesome role to have.
Mm-hmm. So you have to draw suspicion to yourself and try to get falsely accused if you're the Tanner.
Trying to think what other. I have. I think Deacon's the only one who's going to know the Bill board game, where you play the cops and you have to fucking stop a heist, and then the blaggers, the criminals, have to orchestrate a heist. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. And I've put card games.
All right. I have thought of like 4 games already. I'm a little bit of a tabletop junkie in some ways.
Go wild, sir. Go wild.
All right. So has anyone else here played Flux before?
Nope.
It's a really fun.
I haven't heard of it.
The thing about Flux is the rules are always changing. So
hence the title.
Yeah. Basic rules of the game are draw a card and play a card, and there will be different goal cards that will come into play, and if you can fulfill those goals, you win. But there are also new rule cards that you can play throughout the game that'll change the draw number and the play number, and action cards that'll switch things around. So everything is constantly changing, including how you win the game. It's really fun.
Right. Is there like someone overseeing it to make sure no one fucks around too much, or?
Well, yeah. There are always rules in place. It's just that they consistently change, and there's a constant like turn order, and like everyone's drawing something and playing something every turn. There's just constant modifiers changing what's happening. But the really fun thing is that there's themed versions. There's a zombie Flux with a bunch of different zombies that come into play, different zombie cards that will prevent you from winning, including one that's named Larry. He just has a name tag that says, "Hello, my name is Larry," and you cannot win at all if you have Larry, no matter what, basically.
They should have named him Jerry.
Nice.
Maybe.
If anyone did want to do an online game, let me know, because Changeling.
Ooh.
It depends on the night, but if I'm free, I'm down.
I
Yeah,
agree.
we should try. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Ooh.
love how Deacon just goes to his shelf and goes, "Oh, you want to play? I have this stuff."
Basically, I have an idea, but it's where you all start off as humans, and through character choices and build, you get to become one of the things from these.
Cool.
I've already got the character sheet designed, so it's easy to follow, and it's only one page.
I like that you dumb everything down, for lack of a better term, because that's one of the main things that has kept me from playing D&D with like serious people. Is it's like that's just too much for me to keep track of.
Yeah, I have decided that if we're going to go into this, then because there are new players and people who haven't read the material before, you're going in blind. You learn as you go.
I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I should have the character sheets ready for people to fill in by next week.
Ooh.
All right.
This will be fun.
Yep. But really quick, there's one other favorite version of Flux of mine, and that is Monty Python Flux.
Oh, Monty Python! Anything about Monty Python is awesome.
Yep.
Right?
But it features characters from a lot of different bits. It's especially heavy on things from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yes.
Nice.
And one of the best parts of that is there is a new rule that gets played at one point, which is the outrageous accent rule, where if you speak with an outrageous accent while you're playing, you get to like draw and play an extra card, as long as you keep the accent going.
First, you'd win that one no matter what. It's kind of like, okay, who here can pull off an accent constantly? The person who has one.
That's the way I talk. It's not an accent. Well,
It's not outrageous. It's not outrageous.
It's the way I talk. It's not an accent.
fine.
So if I copy trashed, is that an outrageous accent for me then?
If
Yeah.
you parody it, then it becomes outrageous.
Okay.
What if you're the crazy Russian all the time?
One, give a go with my accent. One.
No.
If I listened to one of those songs first that we listened to, I totally could do it because every time I listen to that band, I just start wanting to talk like that.
That's a Limerick accent, though. That's not my accent.
Yeah, that's not you. Yeah, I could do that one then.
You can do the
He
same
made
song
us
accent.
try, and it was embarrassing because he made us all try, and it was like the worst thing ever. And I think we offended all of Ireland.
Every
No, geez, Irish people don't get that offended. We're not easily offended. I don't think it's right now.
No, I just it's not that so much as just having no confidence in my skills of doing an accent.
Yeah.
Wait, and Andrew, have you given an Irish accent a go?
I think I tried it once and I chickened out. I'm not trying it again, at least not yet.
Okay.
Go on.
I was gonna say I used to love copying accents when I was a kid, and I was pretty good at it. But then I grew up and found out most people are kind of offended by that, so I'm definitely out of practice.
I know. I'm not offended by it. I find it funny, but I just always hope that people don't do the fucking diddly eye. Oh yeah, top of the morning.
Yeah.
Top of the morning, Lucky Charms. Hey, fucking Tora Nora Larry.
They don't walk in and go, "Hey, I'm a fucking leprechaun. How are you doing today? Hey, skippy over the rainbow. Let's get the pot of gold. Let's get the pot of gold now. Let's chill early and everything."
I try to do the American accent, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting.
Goddamn Irish with your small island and so green. Why is your country so goddamn green? Why don't you put the tarmac down? You know, we gotta land a plane. God damn it. But why did everyone vote for Biden? It's a conspiracy, I tell you.
Oh no.
Biden is the win. God damn it.
I think you got a pretty good American accent.
Yeah, it's probably the lucky Irish.
That wasn't bad. What
What do you mean it wasn't bad? This is my accent. This is how I speak now.
To be honest, I think you speak more American than me, so it's like that is a good job.
I am American. Guess what I had for breakfast? Hamburgers. Guess what I'm having for lunch? Hamburgers. Guess what I'm getting my 5-year-old girl for Christmas? An AK-47. Because I'm American, goddammit.
Well, yo, you gotta shoot the raccoons. When the raccoons come to your house, you gotta shoot the raccoons.
Oh, yeah. Goddamn coons coming on my property, I just shoot them, you know. Gotta get them off the roof, you know.
Get those coons off my property.
It's hard. You know, I gotta listen to my
You gotta have those squirrel brains.
I know. No. Hold on a minute now. What are you talking about, Billy Bob? You can't go with Sarah Jane. She's my cousin. I was with her first.
Billy Bob, Sarah Jane, you can't go together because unfortunately you're cousins and your children will end up having 6 cousins.
Look here, mister. Just because our child has to stay under the attic, in the attic, and eat applesauce through a straw doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with it, okay?
See, you can tell you're drunk, you hillbilly cousin, because unfortunately, if you're beneath the attic, you're actually in the property. And if you're beneath the property, then you're in the basement. And if you're in the basement, then you're below the attic, no matter what. So your logic is slightly circular, a bit like your logic on how do you want to bounce the cousin. And that's definitely a no-no. It's a no-no.
No, I doubt that very much, because it's on my property. I killed a bunch of Indians to get it. It's my property. I get to stay there, okay?
Look. You didn't kill a bunch of Indians. You waited until someone opened up a curry shop and then you bombed the place.
I did not do that. You can't prove a thing.
Of course I can prove a thing. Look at the gas tank. It's completely empty. What did you use for the fuel?
What do you think I used for fuel? I used moonshine. I drink it, I drive the car, I fucking
You stole Uncle Grandpa cousin Birdie's moonshine, you bastard.
Of course I did. How else was I supposed to get up in the morning?
Like everybody else, falling out of the bunk and landing on your cousin.
Look, a bunk? What kind of half-loot motherfucker are you? I sleep on a rag on the floor.
You sleep on a rug on the floor? You're lucky. We don't have rugs. We just have a floor.
Oh, Mr. Fancy fucking Pants with his floor. I sleep on the fucking dirt, sir. The dirt. That's what God made here.
You're lucky. You're lucky, cousin Bert. I don't get to sleep on the dirt. I have to dig a hole and sleep in the dirt.
Mr. Environmentally friendly. Mr. Wrap himself up like some ancient Roman in fucking dirt and shit. Well, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. I love you.
I love you too, Billy Bob.
Why can't I quit you?
You can't quit me because I'm like meth.
Dad, you got an ass that don't quit. Anyway, that's
I could have listened to that all night.
The next time somebody asks me where I am, I'm going to say I'm under the attic.
Under the attic, which means you're actually in the fucking building, because the attic is in the roof.
The whole goddamn house is under the attic.
My goddamn
What house is just an attic, though? You just got an attic supported by beams, and that's the whole house.
Okay, like a really, really weird A-frame.
Unless you're in a bungalow or a trailer, in which case the attic is actually what you live in.
Look, I live in a trailer, but the good thing is I don't have to put my Christmas decorations up. They're already up. I have them up all year round, okay?
Yeah, I know you do, you cheeky bastard. But at least I had to make sure our property was on Google Maps. I decided to take a blue map, put it out back, put a few bricks around it, so from the sky it looks like we got a big fucking outdoor pool.
I covered my caravan with tarp. I don't want my caravan on Google Maps. That's how the government can track you. They put a fucking tin in your nasal cavity and then they fuck you up the ass. They give you to those little green guys.
No, that's the aliens. That's the aliens. They're the ones that come down every Thursday night and say, "We want your moonshine. We want to rectal examine you, and we want to shove something up your nose." The police are the ones that say they want to stick something up your nose to see if you're breathing all right, and then put handcuffs on you.
The devil, damn it.
Although I can see why you get the two confused, because A, most of the time we are drunk, and B, they do end up barreling you into something you do restrain you, and there's loads of flashing lights.
Bill Bob, I gotta say something. You got a pretty mouth.
Billy Bob. Billy, I gotta say something to you. You got some nice titties.
Thank you. I breastfeed my son, Mandy, with him.
I know, I've seen you also breastfeed the hogs out back. They are very happy hogs.
You gotta breastfeed them hogs. Who else is gonna breastfeed the hogs? Not gonna be Delilah. She's all tied up.
As long as you don't bump into that guy, you know, that fucker guy again, because they're trying to milk you.
He is fucking dying.
I like how the whole chat is just ignoring us.
They're doing their own thing.
Kubrick discussion too.
Hey, on that note, guys, I think I gotta get going.
Like 30 minutes now,
Okay.
way before.
All right, take care. Bye.
Cindy,
I
you're
will be
mentioned-
watching though. Good night.
Okay.
Later,
Good
bro.
night.
Y'all have a good day now.
Did I cause this tangent?
Yes, I think. No. Who caused a tangent with accents?
That was me. Because
Yeah, in that case, that was you. It was all your fault. We
All my
blame
fault.
you.
Yeah, I caused this. But one of the other games I was going to mention is Munchkin. Have you played Munchkin?
Yes,
before?
I love Munchkin.
I love Munchkin because you just get to basically play as that one douchebag in Dungeons and Dragons that wants to kill everything.
Yeah. You also get blank cards where you get to write your own things on them to add a little spice to the game.
Yep, that's
So-
if you buy some of those expansions. Yeah.
Yeah, so when we were drunk at a convention, we were playing Munchkin with a bunch of people. So I thought, okay, what would be humorous to put on one of these cards that would also backfire on people? I know, a thief card. You draw this card, flip a coin. If it's heads, you get to pinch one thing off each player. If it's tails, you got to give everything you own over to one player.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
That's intense.
Yeah. Everybody hated getting that card.
I wonder
Hey.
why.
Come here. I got one more space here. If anyone wants to jump on, I will leave the link in the chat. And whoever wants to
Join
jump
our
in-
reality.
Brian, Knight, or Matt. That either way, that's a good. That's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
All good
Pop 'em in
people in
there.
the chat.
Yeah. But have you played the other versions of Munchkin, like Munchkin Bites, before?
No, I haven't paid that one.
Munchkin Bites is basically their take off on things like Vampire the Masquerade. It's the gothy vampire-y edition of Munchkin.
Oh, I'll have to give that a go.
It's really fun. And there's all kinds of different leather and studded accessories that you get to make you look more edgy, and there's all kinds of different things that you can do to be more angsty as a character. And
so you can go in the reverse of the vampire town. Ada goes from trendy clothes to looking like a posh vampire with red jewels and going,
Yep, exactly. And you can be a vampire, you can be a werewolf, or you can be a changeling. Those are the races in Munchkin Bites.
Yeah, they tend to exclude mage, and I understand why.
Benji, did you just shrink yourself?
He's
What? No. I
Your
just
icon-
wanted to tell you guys I'll be right back. I have to go talk to my sister real quick, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
If this was a horror movie, we would never see him again.
I'll be right
Don't
back.
say that. Don't say I'll be right back.
You say, I will see you in a second.
I'll be back.
I'm going to put Rexy back up in her place. I'll be right back, okay?
Easy,
God damn it, you said it too.
We're doomed.
See, at least Rexy loves him, so we know Rexy isn't going to kill him.
Well, they're in a group together. They're together. He's not going alone. That is slightly
Yeah. He has a guardian dinosaur. He has a T-Rex on his side.
But yeah, Munchkin Bites is really fun. I've played Steampunk Munchkin before, which is really cool.
Ooh, steampunk's cool.
I think there's a Cthulhu version which I haven't played, and I have a Nightmare Before Christmas edition that's really fun.
Ooh, might have to put a Nightmare Christmas edition a look, but the Cthulhu one sounds interesting. Can you imagine drawing a cute little Cthulhu card?
I think there are cute little Cthulhu cards and things like that. There's also the option to be a cultist in that version, I believe.
Ah.
Wouldn't Cthulhu be a little OP though? Because can't Cthulhu not be beat by anything?
I don't know if you actually fight Cthulhu in Munchkin Cthulhu, because some of the characters are cultists and serve Cthulhu.
Speaking of Cthulhu, I discovered something weird while watching the Ghoulies again to try and make sure I had my notes. In Ghoulies 1 when they're doing the summoning, they seem to use the symbols for the Yellow King.
Oh, the King in Yellow.
Yeah, they seem to use his symbols and his main symbol of a triangle, line, and an eyeball. They seem to use that as their main focus point.
That's interesting. Where did the King in Yellow originally originate? Because I know Lovecraft adopted him from another person's writing initially.
He adopted it from a short story where basically the symbol ended up turning an average everyday man into a raving lunatic trapped in an asylum. Just by looking at the symbol, it drove him mad.
Gotcha. Good night, Night Watch.
Oh, night watch.
They brought
Night watch.
See you later, Night Watch.
Watch again, night watch.
Thanks a million for stopping in.
Have a good evening. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Ryan, do you want to jump in, dude? Oh.
Come join us.
It's 2:30 and I'm eating a mince pie. I am not going to fucking sleep. I'm going to have a hard time.
Oh, it's all right. I'm waiting until the end of the stream, then I'm eating a lemon drizzle cake.
Nice.
Nom, 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 lemon drizzle cake. Sour and sweet at the same time.
I've gotten to where when it comes to like desserts and stuff, I can't stand just straight sweet stuff. I can't do it.
I get that. Mm-hmm.
Andrew, you were going to say something? Oh, he's distracted.
Oh, me?
Yeah, it looked like you were going to say something a minute ago.
Oh, I was just going to say that I know you just told Nightwatch to stay frosty, and he just said stay frosty. I know you say that all the time, Trenchy, but I finally actually watched a movie where characters were saying stay frosty in another context, and it delighted
Alien. Was it Alien?
It was not Alien.
Ooh, what was it? I'm curious.
It was the vampire movie Bit that came out this year, and there's a bunch of douchebag
That was a great movie.
vampire killers saying, "Okay, everybody stay frosty" at one point in the movie.
Yeah.
You want? Can I explain the origin of that phrase, Marty? Or I don't know if you want me to go into that.
Go with it. Go with it.
Okay, so I was like, trying to think of some cool little catchphrase I could say, and then I randomly thought of "Stay Frosty," and I didn't know it was like other people had used it. So I'm like, I started using that, and then I found out it was like in Aliens, and I looked up what it meant, and it means cool, calm, and alert. Stay cool, stay calm, and alert. Stay frosty. So I think that's cool.
Yeah. And I mostly just associate it with you, so when I saw it in Bit, I was like, oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously those guys were referencing Alien. Aliens.
They were, yeah. There's a lot of cool references in Bit. There's some nods to things like Lost Boys and Near Dark in there, but
Oh shit! Someone else is in the chat. No, keep going, Andrew. Sorry, I just noticed there's someone else in the chat.
Definitely. Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
But
Oh,
yeah, definitely.
I don't see him yet.
Yeah, that's the one. It's basically a gang of feminist vampires, but they do kind of get out of control and a little bit power hungry. But the head vampire that they've been imprisoned, we get a flashback to him like doing a bunch of womanizing in the 70s with his like vampire brides, and it's all set to Rasputin.
Boney M's Rasputin.
Rasputin, yeah.
I love that song.
The whole flashback, yeah.
Andrew, I was surprised to see you got a Kiss of the Damned.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Fuck. Brian,
Yeah.
Oh man.
What?
Oh shit. Trenchy, can I knock you out for like 1 second?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Or Brian, would you be insulted if I kicked you? Someone else?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh wait, no, it's Grant. Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Hello.
Hey. Howdy.
Hey, come here. What was I going to say? Are you going to be incognito for a while till you get to Texas, or what's the deal?
That's sort of what I'm finding out right now. I've got shaky internet. I'm on DSL at this temporary location. I'm sort of on a job site.
Oh.
See, saws and there's equipment. And like I'm at a construction site.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm sleeping in a construction site. That's a cat tale.
Well, wait. Sorry, you're sleeping in a construction site?
Indubitably.
Why are you sleeping in a construction site?
Well, it was either this or the alley behind Denny's, so I chose this.
Good choice.
I went to
Are
Denny's
you
today.
okay? Yeah, you're okay though, right?
Yeah, this is only temporary till I get to Texas.
Oh, okay. And like, no one's going to be able to break in or anything while you're there.
Oh no, I've got locked doors and keypads, and there's people downstairs, so I'm all good.
Okay, cool. When are you literally English motherfucker uses. When are you making the big move? You told me before.
It should be sometime before the 15th, so like maybe the 12th or the 13th. I'm probably gonna leave, head off there.
And will I keep on contacting you for streams, or do you want maybe a break till say we're doing the fucking the Star Wars She-Ra one?
You can keep contacting me. I think I seem to be coming in okay right now. There doesn't seem to be any lag or freezing.
No, it's actually
good.
It's actually pretty fucking good, like.
Yeah, you're fine at all.
It might cut out randomly though, so I have no control over that. I can sort of like do a few things, move closer to the router sometimes, but it all depends on what room I'm able to be in at the time.
Sadie says hello, Ethel.
Hey, Sadie.
No, but like, yeah, no. I was worried I was pestering you. I know you've your fucking hands full with like moving and shit, so I didn't want you thinking. I didn't want you to feel obliged by coming on, but I don't want you to be left out either. Like,
Oh no, I appreciated it. I wanted to be here for this one. I was just I was moving stuff and I was just cleaning out the last remnants of my apartment because I had to be out by tomorrow or they were going to call the sheriff man to come and put me in cuffs and drag me out to the alley. So
oh,
I
shit.
I had to make tracks.
Jeez, those Maine cops are fucking dangerous by the sounds of it. Well, okay, can I ask you 2 questions from fucking super earlier on? To your recollection, what is your earliest toy that you received for Christmas or a birthday? And also, what is your favorite toy you've owned?
I think to my recollection, I got this Fisher-Price airplane, and it was pretty neat. It was like yellow and white, and it was like a commercial airliner thing. It was about yay big, and
Ooh.
that thing, I had that for so long. I don't know what happened to it. I think it ended up in the dump, but as a little kid, I used to toss my toys all over the place. I'd drop them off the roof and stuff. That thing was indestructible.
And what was that also your favorite, or that's your earliest memory of the toy?
That's my earliest that I can remember. I know there were earlier ones, but that's the earliest one I can remember. I think my favorite was the space Legos. I used to have the Spaceman Legos, and those were cool because you could kind of build robots. So I used to build the robots out of them, and they'd go around all the places. Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I used to love Lego, but my mom used to have to mind my younger cousins. She's like, they'll choke, they'll die, you won't be able to fucking. So I wasn't allowed Lego. Trenchy says, great to see you, Ethel. Glad to see you're okay.
None worse for the wears. My hair's still a little wet. I just hopped out of the bath, which is why I'm so late tonight.
No, you're grand. I'm probably going to be on for another half an hour. Ethel, have you met Brian? Brian, aka Cupid Cover 1972.
Yeah.
So
I think he dropped the screen briefly.
Well,
Brian,
we've met.
You have?
Oh, I don't know. I see you on the stream with Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, the question
Yeah.
I get to Ethel,
Yeah.
can you remember what is your earliest toy and what is your favorite toy?
Oh, well, my earliest were Star Wars figures that I remember.
Who did you get, or any particular figure?
I think C-3PO was one. Maybe I can't remember Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker. I don't know.
And what was your
Yeah.
favorite growing up?
The Millennium Falcon. My friend in elementary school, I invited him to my birthday. I could invite one of my classmates to my birthday, and I invited him because he had a Millennium Falcon. So, and then I got it for Christmas. So that's probably my favorite toy. Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were chatting about toys. We were chatting about favorite movies we watched for Christmas, not necessarily Christmas movies. What else were we chatting about, guys? I have a fucking head like a sieve.
We chatted about most recently we were talking tabletop games.
Yeah.
We discussed toys that should not have existed or should have been recalled.
Let's not go down that road again. Let's not.
We chatted about bizarre animals and who would win, King Kong or Godzilla.
Yeah, we were holding off for talking about kaiju because we know.
And a 20-minute skit where me and Trash were doing a hillbilly accent back and forth.
Well, I heard all that.
They developed these two wonderful redneck characters and just went on for like 10 straight minutes, just back and forthing as the two characters.
I live under the attic, which is in the house.
I heard it on the when I was in the chat.
Yep.
Yep.
I was on a guitar stream before this.
Yeah,
I'm into music, and I have a few guitars, and
Brian, you should come on and do fucking dueling banjos the next time we have a fight like that.
no, I don't think so.
We could talk music for sure.
Yeah, I like listening to rock and jazz. I listen to a lot of rock, like AC/DC, Van Halen, Pink Floyd. I like that era of music. Guns N' Roses, although I haven't listened to Guns N' Roses for a while.
Ethel, what will be your soundtrack when you're traveling to Texas? Will you be listening to the radio station, or have you an MP3 player hooked up and maybe hook it up to the...
It actually sort of depends on like what the van or the truck, I should say. I'm still trying to decide if I got the 10-footer or the 15-footer. I got a lot of stuff, but it sort of depends. If I have a CD player, I'll probably bring my CDs, and I've got so many different things. I'd probably just go through page after page.
Cool, sweet.
Do you want to be the star of the show?
Led Zeppelin, I really like Led Zeppelin.
Zeppelin rule.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that bit in The Simpsons where Otto's about to be washed out to sea, and his last words are Zeppelin rule.
Oh, I don't remember that episode. But I would guess I might have seen it, but
I wouldn't blame you, Brian. How many fucking gazillion episodes of The Simpsons has there been?
I think The Simpsons I haven't seen television in a while, but when I did see The Simpsons, I think they've basically been pretty bad for quite some time.
Oh,
they were only good like for the first few seasons. They were good. They were well written. Conan O'Brien was one of the writers, but after that, they're just not really that good anymore.
That cow should have been taken out and fucking shot in the head 15 fucking years ago. Like.
Yeah. My favorite thing.
Saturday Night Live. They both need to get rid of those.
Yeah.
It's gone on too long.
Well, Saturday Night Live seems to like get funny, then not, and then gets funny again.
It depends. It depends on the guest. For example, I found fucking who played Kylo Ren again? Oh fuck.
Adam Driver.
Yeah, Adam Driver was brilliant when he was on, especially when they were doing Star Wars Undercover Boss Star Wars edition. That was fucking brilliant. The radar technician Ken, or Matt the radar technician. What were you going to say, Andrew? You were sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say that my favorite thing that what was it? The Simpsons has ever produced, just for me and my personal enjoyment, is the couch gag intro that Guillermo del Toro directed.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant.
Cramming as much horror iconography into the Simpsons intro.
Like, I like the fact Carl was Blade in the background. They had Carl.
Yeah, and then in music class there were like 4 versions of Phantom of the Opera in there. And then there's a Pan's Labyrinth homage at the very end where she falls to the couch, which is fun.
It was a fantastic intro, and I wish they'd allowed the creativity of that to bleed into fucking the episodes. Maybe get a Hollywood director like. Simpsons is a fucking American institution at this stage, so like I suppose like someone if you brought someone like fucking I don't know John Carpenter to direct an episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah,
they should do that.
Yep, get someone like Michael Dougherty, who did Trick or Treat and Krampus, to write a House of Horror episode. He'd do. Yeah,
because he's already cast the whole anthology thing.
Yeah, I have Krampus on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it yet.
Watch it this Christmas season. It's really good.
Okay, yeah, I think I've heard a lot of people tell me it's pretty good.
It is. It's a fun one. Really nice balance of horror and humor.
It's it's like great. The bad Santa Claus, right? Basically.
Yeah, evil, folkloric, horned Santa who punishes naughty children.
Ethel, how's Mr. Chumpkins How's Mr. Chumpkins finding the move, the change from the apartment to your new location?
Well, he didn't like the car ride. It was constant meowing for the 8 minutes it takes to drive from the old location to the temporary location. But once he got here, he seems to adapt it.
What's he going to be like when you're on the how long of a fucking truck journey? Or Jesus,
31 hours.
Oh dear fucking Lord!
I'm going to be losing my mind because he does not shut up once he gets started. It's just like wow, 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 wow.
The video is frozen, but we can hear you, no bother. So wait,
I'm not moving. As soon as you say something, it changes.
The video's frozen.
Wait, am I frozen right now?
It goes from frozen.
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly though.
Hold on, I'm gonna try.
What's your dog's name?
Oh, he's Alfie.
And how old is he?
Oh, he turns 10 soon.
What kind of dog?
Oh, he's a cross between a Jack Russell and a Staffy.
Yeah, I love dogs.
So I call him a Jackastaff.
Yeah.
Aww.
Don't you? You're a little Jackastaff. His name originally was
I'm
Alfred.
thinking of Jaffa Cakes now because you're fucking your dog. It's like, I want Jaffa Cakes.
But yeah, his name used to be Alfred, but when we got him, it was Alfred. But then he just didn't respond to it that much. He doesn't bring in my slippers. He doesn't bring in my paper or anything. So he gave me a look of, why are you calling me a servant name? So we called him Alfie, and he loves that.
Yeah. No, it's a pet off. It's a fucking pet off. Mark brought his dog into play.
What's your dog's name, and how old is it a she or a he?
This is Celine, and she's 2 years old.
Oh, you broke up.
I think this is Celine. She's 2 years old.
2 years old. Okay, Celine. Okay, yeah.
Aww.
Oh God.
Yes.
Or as we like to call her, the second coming of Eddie Quist.
Why have we this fucking hat on? Oh yeah, it's freezing. My ears are fucking freezing. Jesus Christ.
What's up, Alfie?
My apartment is next to a river, which is fucking making it incredibly fucking cold.
Yeah.
And
I'm back.
How did you? I gotta ask, who's like, is it your folks' house that's under renovations or?
Yeah, they've been renovating this place for like the last 10 years.
And like, you obviously have a room that isn't like next to a bandsaw or a.
They don't want to see you lick your balls.
Electric. Why not? Why not? Sorry, Ethel. What?
Trying to get closer to the router. I'm upstairs and it's downstairs, so I've got kind of limited range.
You're grand. No, look, just all of us are fucking happy out.
Oh no, she's gone. She vanished. The ether has claimed another victim.
No.
It's not good.
Come back, Apple.
We summon Apple.
Hey, guys, got a roundtable question. Mad fucking roundtable question. You're sent back to ancient Rome. You can take 3 things that will fit into your pockets. What do you take with you?
I take a fully functioning compass and sundial, which fits into my pocket. I have one. I would take a. Apart from that, what else would I take?
As much as you like, but it has to fit into your pocket.
How about a micro print of chemistry and physics for dummies?
Okay.
so that way I can make gunpowder. And
A lighter?
no, not a lighter, because you'll still have to get flints and fuel for it.
Sorry, Ethel?
Magnesium stick?
That's a good idea.
Ooh. Multi-tool pocket knife.
Okay. Like, you wouldn't try and trick people into thinking you're a god. Like,
Oh no, that's a good way of getting yourself killed or sacrificed.
okay. Well, you were thinking the same as me, weren't you, Antro?
Yeah, the more I think about the idea of going back to ancient Rome, the more it sounds like something I don't want to do because I need my music and my movies or I will die.
What about hardcore?
And what
Andrew,
happened?
what about hardcore? You could become like this excellent bard and do
Ooh.
like old bardic versions of your favorite kind of fucking songs.
That's true. I could become a musician and a storyteller and take credit for a bunch of things that haven't actually been written yet.
The question
Exactly.
is, which part of ancient Rome? Because if any of us got sent back to the era of Nero, then we wouldn't survive long.
Yeah, no. Early Julii dynasty.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I can't take my guitar with me in my pocket, and people might be weirded out by my guitar anyway. So what am I going to play?
You're going to have to
A
learn how to
lard.
make a guitar.
A liar,
Yeah.
right?
Aha!
Ooh,
You could
that's going
dispatch
to
a
take
lawyer.
some training. That's going to take some serious training.
I'm with Anthro. I couldn't. I have to live in the 21st century. The things I need. Well, I do like to read, but
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
taking the book with me, and I'm trying to figure out how to take my music with me because I feel like I was like, oh, I could take my phone. No, literally no internet connection, and it's going to die. Maybe an iPod. No, it'll probably die, and people will be freaked out by it anyway. What am I supposed to do?
This is where you think very, very sneakily. Stipulation is it has to fit into your pocket. How big are your pockets? Because if you're wearing cargo trousers...
No, hold on. Okay, cargo. Well, I'll let you off with the fucking cargo pants, right?
Okay, if you let me off the cargo pants, then please remember you can get micro fold-up solar panels to charge your devices.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, yeah, grand. Yeah, sneaky bugger, yeah.
So technically,
Yeah,
Andrew could take all of his music if he took his phone, an external hard drive, and a solar panel charger.
All right, I could, but I'm also worried that I would get executed as some kind of sorcerer.
Oh, back then sorcerers were praised.
Well then, in that case.
Yeah, in that case.
And I like how...
Ethel, what about yourself? What would you take?
Now, does it have to be ancient Rome? Can I go anytime, or what's the stipulation?
It has to be ancient Rome.
Not too exclusively to ancient Rome. Nowhere else.
Well, I'd probably take one of those pocket Italian to English dictionaries because I do not speak Italian. I believe they spoke Italian because, Rome, Italy.
Latin.
Yeah.
Would it be Latin, though?
I think they spoke Latin.
Oh, would it?
Yeah.
So I'd have to be Latin. Oh.
And you could actually pass off with Pig Latin, so that's useful.
No, you could not.
You could if you were uneducated, because Latin wasn't taught as a main language to the lower slave working class.
So what did they speak?
They speak a broken up version of what we call Latin and a bit of Italian, so it's more like Pig Latin.
But Pig Latin is a different thing entirely.
I know.
Boobity bobbity bobbity. Ooh. Hey, where's my cologne? Where's my salami? You take it up the ass. I don't know what the fuck. I'm sorry.
But yeah, if you look into if you look into ancient Rome, you can find some strange things, such as the graffiti that's on the walls, which gives you an idea of some of the working class or some of the posher class, such as the ones you find in pubs. Came in, food service was great. Came in, Yodvor threw up. We came in, service was great again.
I wonder if when you get there, what they'd think of you. Like, would they make you a royal person, or they make you a slave, or a merchant, or an artist? How they would determine
the impression you give. I don't know.
Deacon, what would be the physical differences between a human, a present day human being, and someone from ancient Rome? Would we be taller? Would we have a better physique?
We'd pretty much be the same, except our skin tone would be way too light, and our hair would not be right either.
Oh, Deacon, when ancient Romans be malnourished, like their diet, they don't have the kind of food we have today, or no.
Oh God, I didn't even think about food. There are so many things that I would miss.
Yeah, if you want food, you want the Greeks, not the Romans.
What do you call
Imagine you went back and you had fucking COVID, and then you come back and there's no human being left on the fucking planet.
No. Well, then you could have never gone back in the first place, and you've created a paradox.
Ethel is back. Hey-oh.
Hey, sorry, it's DSL. It's terrible.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Yeah, I like Trenchy's idea of just taking back a shitty hoverboard and calling it a spaceship and freaking out with that.
Oh, Trenchy could blow their minds. Go back, and he's got one of those. He's got an inflatable sofa, one of those big inflatable balloon sofas, just stuffed in one of his pockets. Takes out, inflates it. I could see magic chair.
Guys, I'll tell you one thing. That fucker would be in a Roman orgy in a fucking second, knowing that.
I'm sorry, but Trenchy would be captured, sold into slavery, and put into a male harem for a single woman.
Yeah.
And probably be the prized catch.
Poor Trenchy.
Ancient Rome would be really smelly too. I mean, they were not very. The way they cleaned themselves and everything.
Oh God!
Because you'd probably have to get accustomed to the smell of raw fish very fucking quickly.
Yeah.
How they clean themselves.
I need my toothbrush and toothpaste. There's too many things that are modern that I need.
Also, keep in mind, the Romans used to eat food with their. Was it the right or left, Deacon?
They used to eat with their left if it was ceremonial, right if it was just normal food.
I taught that to keep it one hand because they literally scraped the shite out of their hole with their other. They didn't use toilet paper or silk or anything. They literally
had like a sponge thing.
That was up until the invention of the butt sponge.
Okay.
We also used this at one point.
Yeah, I don't think Anthro would like the sponge on a stick.
I think they use urine to clean themselves too.
I'll wash myself with a rag on a stick.
Or the simple fact that their idea of dentistry was to take a chisel and a hammer to the affected tooth.
Oh,
nope, not doing it. Not doing it.
No anesthesia back in those days.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd love to do, right?
What?
I'd love to have a thing that could open portals, right? And like the fucking, I'm trying to think some fucking, I don't know, Battle of Kaysan, just open a portal in a paddy field and let two fucking Allosauruses loose. Just fuck.
Oh, you're thinking of something like Primeval with the portals, different time.
Yeah, just let a bunch of Allosauruses on the North Vietnamese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh no, America have big chicken. Sorry.
Going back to dental hygiene really quick, I remember reading about in the Renaissance, people would brush their teeth with sugar because they thought it helped.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They thought sugar is sweet. It must be good for you because it gives our taste buds a positive reaction. We should use this on our teeth. It's good for us.
Oh, if you want really bad, then you want the British diet during the reign of between some of our earlier kings up to King Henry VIII and beyond. Every food, it didn't matter what it was. It could be shellfish, it could be meat, it could be salty and slimy. They would coat it in head to tail in sugar and then feed it to people and say, yeah, everything's covered in sugar. And then they wondered why they got toothache.
Was it the Georgians that used to put an actual very kind of carcinogenic plaster on their face? Georgian women, to kind of like to keep their face looking nice, so that basically the stuff was killing them.
Yeah, it turned out that it was composed primarily of clay mixed with arsenic.
Yeah.
I have the series Rome from HBO, and they have some special features. I think the Romans brush their teeth with urine.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And that's because of its
not
disinfecting
that.
properties.
Nope.
You're taking hey Brian, you're taking the piss, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not.
Oh,
I was trying to do a bad joke.
Oh, okay.
Puns.
How about the communal sewage system, where if you're sitting down to loo, you see a couple of turds go by?
Oh God.
Just imagine the smell. Ugh.
There's only one benefit I can think about going back to Roman time, and that is their hot baths, because back then they used to burn marijuana into them as well.
Oh.
But you got to keep in mind it was really weak back then, so like you'd have to have like a lot.
Yeah, they tend to burn an entire crop for a couple of bars for emperors and royals.
Jesus. Right, guys, I am going to call it a night, but it has been an absolute fucking epic fucking night that it was.
Yes,
Thanks a million to
good.
Mark, thanks a million to Deacon, thanks a million to Antro, thanks a million to Brian, thanks a million to Ethel, thanks a million to Sadie.
I hope I'm not. I know Trenchy's usually in here, and he's a usual
seriously.
regular. You know.
No. Brian, don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Trenchy was cool with us, and it was cool to have you on.
Yeah.
And
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Also, thanks a million to Sadie and Trenchy who were in the chat, and thanks a million to everyone who tuned in. Hopefully, we'll have some other stuff fairly soon, and once Ethel gets settled, we're going to have our Christmas special, which will feature Star Wars Christmas special and He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. And I might have some reviews and stuff this week. Check out these guys' channels. I really need to have links to your channels because I'm getting super fucking lazy and forgetting to put in links in the description.
It's all right, dude. Don't panic.
Martin, you do this every Sunday, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah.
But make sure you check out these guys. I'll have fucking things. Again, sorry for not fucking. I always mean to put fucking links in the fucking description.
Dude, at the end of the day, after Apple.
Usually you tweet it out, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I know.
Usually you don't know, you're not 100% sure on who's going to be turning up, how long are they going to be there for. It's a revolving door, really, so you can't put links in for everyone. So leave it as is, and if people need links, we'll just post them in the chat.
Cool beans. Right, I'm going to go. Everyone, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.
Bye.
Adios.